Mic check.
WIIFTV PM.
WIIFTVP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTVP. Media's just for you and me.
up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of The Maze Jackson Show, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but we're moving to the afternoons.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's right. After 5 years of doing the mornings, we're moving to 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So don't worry. We're still going to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said. It's the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss it.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy, you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Keep calling me, give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a million, you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the ease you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying, you know my love is never ending. with you for too long. Now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money. I'ma call it quits. That is. Put your pride aside for me. That is. Why was I trying to get it? That is. Put your pride aside for me. Put it aside. Put it aside. Put it aside. Put it aside. Put your pride aside for me. On me. Put your pride aside for me.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Mayor Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it out. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Good afternoon, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We are back, week number 2, in the middle of the day. Is it the middle of the day or is it the end of the day? What time is the day over? I always wonder, what time do you check out? What time do you get through doing your thing? This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson, and in the building with me, I think she be setting her own schedule. Right?
I thought we were starting off fresh.
We are fresh.
I thought we were starting off the week fresh.
You sound like you off. Like, you don't know if you sound like you're a little bit out. Did you pull your joint up? I don't want to be all in you.
Testing.
No. Nope. So you might need to check to make sure you yellow. All right, so this is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm going to let you get Ruthie mode together. Maybe you need to turn the mic on, check it on. Is it rocking? Ruthie, try.
Please get me together. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Can you move? Where's your mic at?
I'll move it, Riis.
Oh, you can't keep it down there no kind of way. Who put it way down there? You need to come all the way up some more. Nope. You need to be right before your button.
I thought this was wireless.
Exactly.
We could have it.
It's not wireless. No, it's not wireless.
I might as well be doing this.
What they doing then? No, it's fine. Always, it'd be your own people, Riis, your own people. Yeah, they just won't let you do better. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. It says the printer is offline. Lord have mercy, Jesus. It just did not. This is why I got to get up early in the morning to start doing my stuff. I'm going to have to get back up at the regular time to be able to do the show because I can't get nothing to work right today. All right, y'all. My girl, Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, how you feeling this afternoon on a Monday afternoon? How's your day been?
You know what? I can't complain.
You can't complain. That's good to know, because as a millennial,
I got a lot to complain about.
No,
the state of the world.
The world is going to be okay. It's going to be out good. As soon as y'all figure out what y'all going to do with Putin. Because dude is tripping, man. They talk about nuclear weapons. Yesterday I was watching Channel 7, ABC, and they had they showed me inside of a nuclear sub. Ooh. I didn't realize that nuclear, like most of our most dangerous firepower, was nuclear. Was submarines. Like they said, a submarine 2 football fields long. And they said they go underwater for like 30 days at a time. Could you imagine being underwater for 30 days? Like no phone. You might get the email once a week.
Actually, I could. I'll go offline for a month.
I could see you. I could see you doing that.
I'll go offline for a month.
All right. All right, that's my girl Ruthie Moore in the building. Plus, y'all, you know how we do on the every day. We can't fly the soul plane without my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling today, man?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest. How y'all doing today? Is Monday.
It's Monday. I'm actually glad to start the week. I had a very busy weekend. I want to thank everybody that chipped in this weekend. Shout out to, let me start. I'm going to say what's up to people. I'm going to start saying what's ups because, we're going to have to go back to the old days. So shout out to We the Brutes. Oh, Riis, how you going to take the plane off without me, dog? You see how, no, I know I was, let me get there, man. Let me get there. I said, what's up to DJ Riis the Ruler on the 1s and 2s, and now he want
coming into the airport.
Huh?
I said, when that was just y'all coming into the airport. That was the other plane.
Ruthie, look at your boy. See, this is why I always be like, this is why you gotta be like, when Riis I gotta be like, You got to, Riis tell you the answer.
He was ready.
You right, he be ready, all right. He be ready. I know, he ain't never wrong. Riis is, like I'm gonna tell you, Riis could be, he ain't gonna never be wrong. Ruthie, is that tea you drinking? Mm-hmm. I was just looking at some honey straws. And I was thinking I don't drink enough tea, but maybe now that I know you drink tea in that cup.
I think I can't do the coffee at 3. I thought about it.
Why not?
I thought about it, but do you still, I don't know. I'm a morning hot coffee drinker. But see, you cold, so you could drink your coffee anytime.
I drink my coffee in the dead of winter, ice cold. I'm staticky. Is that me, or does it sound staticky, or is it just mine?
Your collar is hitting your thing.
Because I'm fresh to death, like $1 million through all my white tux and my all blue chuck. Ooh. Hey, man. Y'all gonna remember there's a time when we did this. That ain't it. You think that's it? I don't know. Anyway, let's get through it. All right, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, plus DJ Riis the Ruler. Man, do we need to change the channels or something? What is going on? Is that my static? Do you hear it? Is that better? Maybe that's better. All right, can you hear me now? Now I feel like I went away. No, I'm there. All right. Well, anyway, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, plus DJ Riis the Ruler on the 1s and 2s. That sounds better. Maybe not. Anyway, let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's get this thing up, and away. We are off and away, y'all. Ruthie, you gonna wear your mask on the plane? Because COVID, they said this week we're going to approach COVID highs.
Nope.
You not gonna wear a mask?
On the plane?
Yeah.
You know the plane safe on the plane than you is a lot of places.
Ruth, Reese, is it me? She seemed like she gone again. Man.
I gotta move y'all things a little bit higher. So like the last time you had yours like on that little button, stuff like that, because it's gonna ruffle. So you know you gotta like kind of have it up like you had, like around there.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, see, y'all hear how it's better now.
That sounds crispy clear.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, now I just got to figure out I got to rewire when we get back. All right, so we are up and away. We already up, but this COVID high, I don't know if y'all saw, but we are about to be COVID full. Not COVID full, but we're about to reach COVID highs this week.
We're going back to shutdowns?
No, they're not shutting nothing down, and they ain't even going to make you wear a mask. They said they refuse. Like, they ain't trying to do none of it. It's like, what Riis say? You die, you die?
Every man for themselves, God for us all.
There it is. So, I don't know. I got my mask. Y'all saw my mask. You see me rocking it this weekend, and I forgot it.
That's why I'm like, you ain't even about that mask.
The Bane mask. Boy,
you could have had a little regular dollar mask.
No, you know my
you
mask.
left it. That's how I know you ain't apocalyptic. You got an apocalyptic mask, but left it.
Okay, I'm going to get it together, though, because I actually like my Will.I.Am mask, even though I'm going to still punch Will when I see him. Well, I said I don't have no beef with nobody black no more, so I take that back. All right, y'all. Also, I don't know if you saw Riis boy Irvin. Hey man, Riis, they saying he might not win. He gonna run out of time. They keep asking him, did you vote for Trump or not? Like they keep saying he not a real Republican, man. They working, boy. He be dodging, but it's like I don't know if he gonna be able to get away with it too much longer. So he is giving money to the other candidates to try and distract them. So now get ready. But Ruthie, if this dude lose with $90 million, ain't nobody black getting no money from no Republicans. Never again.
It's the messaging.
What is the messaging?
I mean,
he ain't trying to win. You
not answering the Trump question like you knew they was gonna do you in with that one. Low key, after the Democrats switched the strategy and opened the world back up, they kind of threw water on the whole Republican Illinois strategy. It was gonna be based on the shutdowns, but after they switched it up, they had to pivot. So what was the pivot? They didn't really have too much ammunition.
All right. I see. What about Joe Biden going to Asia? He going to catch up with his boy Rahm. Did you see him and Rahm when Rahm was waiting at the thing like, all right, like Rahm Emanuel, I'm going to tell y'all, do not be surprised if Rahm Emanuel becomes a presidential nominee. Is there somebody in here? Back there? Ain't nobody in the building? Well, I feel like I hear talking. Okay. I feel like Rahm Emanuel gonna be trying to run for president in a minute.
Nah.
Yeah.
He'll never escape Laquan.
Yeah, he will.
He can be.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
He can probably be like the ambassador because that one go up under the radar. But he try to run for president, they gonna stick him with that. They gonna hit him with the Laquan video. It's video. They gonna hit him with the Laquan video.
I think that it is getting rapidly to a point where nobody cares about dead black people and what your history in dead black people is. And so I think that the environment is rapidly approaching where Rahm Emanuel will not have to worry about Laquan McDonald. You think about this. Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith was in the media longer than the Buffalo shooting. So I think we're at a point where America is no longer feeling sorry for dead black people. They've had their fill. And I think in the face of this Russia and this globe, America's going to look for its own strongman. And that is the environment in which I think Rahm Emanuel could potentially come back. But we're going to talk about it. I don't know, Ruthie, I'm just telling you. They don't really care about, I think America had this dead black man moment. They said they were sorry with George Floyd. We got about as much as sorry as that done ran out. And I think like now with this rampant crime, and people getting shot downtown, I bet you like this. I wouldn't be surprised the way the portrayal of crime is. Rahm could come back to Chicago and people would be done messed around and welcomed him back. All right? I'm telling you.
Arnie Duncan is the cool
Arnie
white guy.
Duncan
I don't think it's room for too many.
He ain't trying to be the cool white guy.
He trying.
So? No, I think Ron would come back and be the tough on crime. I'm about to lock these ninjas up. Look, Chicago, are y'all tired? When I was here, ain't no downtown. You can still go downtown.
I think he's too neoliberal for that. He ain't trying to ruin that.
You crazy. That man is a war hawk, tough on. Like, right now, I bet you, man. I ain't gonna talk about it because we gonna save that for a different day because I think that's a good discussion. Dang, the printer low on ink? I think we done tried to print like 20 copies now. How about the McDonald's shooters are found?
That's a clearance rate like no other.
That was a what?
Clearance rate. You know, normally the clearance rate.
You can't be killing people on Chicago Avenue and think you're gonna get away with it.
Okay,
Chicago,
but keep that same energy for all the killings, and then maybe it wouldn't be so many shootings.
They don't.
I know they don't care about the black people.
They don't care about us.
Man.
Ruthie, they do not care.
Can I get a perimeter and a curfew in my neighborhood?
Nah, they don't want it. The mugs saying they don't want it.
Can I get some ID checks at my perimeters?
Would you subject yourself to that? Would you get off the expressway and say, I take an ID, and they say, excuse me, miss, could you pull over, and the police look in your car and say, okay, you can go, you ain't got no weapons?
Is that the same energy that I would have to face if I'm trying to go downtown to kick it?
I think it's what you're going to have to face in Lincoln Park. When they got their own private security.
Then I wouldn't be complaining about it.
Ooh.
Just keep the same energy. That's all. That's my thing.
Okay.
Don't disproportionately.
It's going to always be disproportionate. It's going to always be disproportionate. They're going to bang us because I don't know how to explain it to you, Ruthie. I just feel like if we submit to search and seizure, they're going to find something.
Yeah, but if we, okay, but what about us submitting to the young people getting searched up?
Say that again?
I said, what about us, committing to the young people being searched up? Don't those same things extend to adults too? Like, ain't they gonna be able to search us all up, stop us all for the curfew check?
If you don't look 50, they gonna be stopping you all the time. You gonna be like, excuse me, what you doing in this car? Who caused this? I'm gonna be straight. They gonna be like, who is this senior citizen?
Unless they just feeling froggy that night and they want to bother you. Let me see your ID, sir.
Let me get your log in. All right. I'm just telling you, Ruthie, I think it's going to be a little crazy. Alrighty. Let me see what else I got on there. Did you see the fight between Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson? It was a bench clearing brawl with the White Sox. Did you see that? We need to get that video. So apparently, Josh Donaldson, catcher for the New York Yankees, greeted superstar White Sox player Tim Anderson and said, "What's up, Jackie?" To which Tim Anderson proceeded to whoop that trick. So much so that both the benches cleared. We probably got about 30 copies of it, don't we? Shout out to DJ Riis who figured it out finally. Ruthie, so he fought, and the guy, I want to talk about this a little bit. The guy said, I thought that it was an inside joke. And I don't know how a white guy can make an inside joke with a black person that makes it feel like it was racial. So I want to talk about that, because have you ever been in a situation where, like, somebody white go too far? And they think, like, when they go too far and how you handle that?
It's a snap-second judgment decision based on maybe they just don't know. Maybe they might be intoxicated or something. Or maybe they just thought it was cool. But they always take it too far.
Do they always take it too far?
Always.
We gonna
because they be thinking, they be getting comfortable.
We gonna talk about that.
You make white people feel comfortable. Don't let them be cool comfortable. Like, that's the worst. They can be comfortable, but don't be cool comfortable. We ain't cool. No, you can't touch my hair.
Well, how do we get understanding if they can't make a mistake?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a snap-second judgment type of decision.
We're gonna talk about that.
That's why you gotta keep your white. You gotta make sure your white friends know. Like,
you gotta, but they are like, what? No, what?
No.
Don't pull it.
Like,
don't try it.
Cultural etiquette.
Do you?
Like the things that are like cultural etiquette.
Ooh, we should talk about what is cultural etiquette. Like, you know what? I think that's going to change the whole topic, because I was going to say when they go too far. But let's just talk about cultural etiquette. Like, do black people have cultural etiquette for other people?
Yes.
I think we go out of the way not to offend anybody else.
We do have cultural etiquette, yes.
All right.
I can't stand it. I call it code switching.
You know, you call it. You be kissing up. You are. You're poor though.
That was not right.
Oh God, I'm just saying, Ruthie. I mean, like, you gotta eat. Like, somebody gotta eat. All right,
I'll be hungry, Maze.
I've been hungry before too, Ruthie. That's why we gotta have our own field. We gotta have our own place. We gotta make our own. One of these days, it's gonna happen. All right. I don't know if you saw the story. Mike Madigan was recorded talking to his confidant Mike McLean. I think as these indictments continue to roll out, I think I just don't think anybody can escape the cell phone. Like, I just don't. I think it's so woven into people that even the most crafty people who everybody was like, he would never use a cell phone. They be like, well, here we go.
It's the convenience of it, right?
Right. It's like, I think that's how people get caught up, because you say you ain't going to talk on the phone. You be like, okay, but let me just tell you this much. Then you be like, damn! Damn it! And then, you know, did you watch The Wire? You didn't watch The Wire, did you?
Yes.
Okay, so you know after The Wire, everybody black think they are expert on wiretaps.
Oh.
Right? They be like, they can only record you after 10 seconds. And if they don't hit, nigga, if you old.
Black people be experts on everything.
Right? Black people be experts on the law. They be in jail for the expert law that they own.
It's TV. TV be messing us up.
TV, right.
Are you a cop? Because you got to tell me
You
you're
got
a
to tell
cop.
me if you're a police officer. Oh, my God. No, I'm not. Okay. Well, then here's my whole plan. How did you find out? You know the other one they be thinking is, here, try this. I know you ain't a police officer if you don't smoke the weed. Smoke the weed. I'd be telling my cousin, I'd be like, cuz, you think that's gonna really work? He'd be like, yeah, man, if he smoke, he's straight. You don't have to be in jail. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're gonna take a quick break. Hold on, I got one more. Stacey Davis Gates elected as the president of CTU.
What?
Shout out to Stacey Davis Gates. Whether you like CTU or not, you must admit that she has now climbed into the pantheon. She was already in the pantheon of power, but now she got to be in the top 10 most powerful people in the city now.
They tried to do a coup on you, sis.
Amen.
Take them out.
Ruthie. You learning some politics, killing blood?
They tried it.
They did try it. They always be trying. That's one of them chances when they go too far. You went too far. No, my brother, you got to get your own. All right, look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to give some shout-outs in the time that I used to say what's up to the Saints. Oh, I got to go get on our deal. I got to go cut us a radio deal. But in the meantime, let's take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to send some shouts-outs and say what's up to some people. Y'all do me a favor. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Lil Trey, you better be cool, homie. Ruthie, what you bringing these? Ruthie fan. James and Randy gonna get you, Lil Trey. You better be careful, Ruthie.
They don't even stay no. That ain't even a real person.
Okay, Lil Trey. That's you funny. See, Riis, when did he become Lil Trey though? Like, he said,
Riis, don't do it, Riis.
His name was Lil Charles. He said, my name ain't Lil Charles no more. I'm Lil Trey. He was like,
after the third body.
After the third body. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTV PM. WIIFTVP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTVP. Media's just for you and me.
Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of The Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Plus, you can get us on WBGX. That's right, it's The Maze Jackson Show. Get us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Who's bad?
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around. Come all the way with me.
Good afternoon. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 3:36 p.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. As we head over to sports, the Chicago Cubs will rally in the 8th to win 5-4 as the Sox win both doubleheaders against the Yankees 3-1 and 5-0. Head over to traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is an hour and 11 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 34. On the Edens from Deerfield to the Exchange is an hour and 3. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 35. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop will be 48 minutes, 44 minutes back out to Thorndale. While on the Stevenson is 49 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan. Outbound will be 53. The Bishop Ford I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 34 minutes, 30 minutes to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 18 minutes in both directions. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 14 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 10. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr to Randolph, 13. Today's weather, it is currently 57 and sunny. Today will be a high of 61 with a low of 50. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Monday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
To the grave, from the grave, back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler in the building, plus Ruthie Moore. In case y'all was watching us during the break, I was trying to see if we could hide Ruthie behind her computer screen. And Ruthie's computer, her laptop.
I got the big one.
Riis. Ruthie's laptop is the same width as her shoulders.
It's the big
15
extra
inches.
large one.
15 inches. Go ahead, Ruthie Mo. All right, so if y'all was wondering what the heck we was doing and laughing, I was like, Dad, you see, like,
we got to get the angles right.
We was trying to get our angles right, trying to get it out so y'all could see. Look at that. See straight down the river, man. Where the boats at?
How come the sun always in the same position?
Because the sun always shines on the Maze Jackson Show. What is you talking about? Now, I can get us. Now, if you want, one day we could turn around. We got our other view is dusk. You know what would be crazy? If one day when we super famous, we gonna have we're gonna step out at 5, like in the summertime, in the wintertime, and we're gonna step out, and the set we're gonna be able to see out the window, and you're gonna be able to see the dusk, right? So you'll be able to be it'll be sitting this way, and then it'll be at 5 o'clock, and you'll be seeing people turning on their lights and everything.
Fancy.
I'm trying to help y'all understand. I really do like our view though. That river view. You been on do you river walk, Ruthie?
Yes.
I believe it. Ruthie, you be doing all the stuff white people do. Like, Ruthie.
Low-key, renting a boat on the Riverwalk is one of the most fun things you could probably do with a group of friends. It's BYOB, bring your own food. You could bring your music. Like,
Ruthie do all the white people stuff. I'm on the weekends, and you won't never know But she be coming in here acting all black, but she been white all weekend.
What you talking about?
Look, I'm just telling you. If you go look at, cause this how you I can't tell you how, but I be looking at Ruthie's sister stuff, and that's what you know, cause you just be seeing Ruthie Pinky.
Let me tell you the trick to the Riverwalk stuff.
What is the trick?
Groupon. That's it. If you want to do anything on the
My
Riverwalk, Groupon.
And Eventbrite.
And Eventbrite, because they and just wait. I mean, you know, you gotta wait till the season get a little bit warmer, but it's always a surplus of something. It's a nice amount of companies that have surplus, you know, stuff. So they always put it on Groupon or
We should do
Eventbrite.
that. We should do that. We should definitely do that. We should go. We should be doing some outings this summer, right? Like, could we do the show live from one of them boats? Cause I'm saying, I seen them where you get the little boat and you can get you some food and you got your little music and they just be, and it ain't like you got it like, is the water deep? The water look nasty though.
I wouldn't get in it.
I wouldn't either. But
I
they
probably
said
wouldn't eat no fish from it either.
you better not. First of all, you realize that why the river? Okay, I'll let that go. You should talk to Madam President about that. All right, Riis, I'm ready. You got it? Why don't you pull it up? It's the Maze Jackson Show, and it's about that time. Oh, can I do this before we start? Before you hit the button, I want to say thank you to everybody who has made the switch, and so I want to take a moment, Ruthie, and send some shouts real quick. So shout out to Quincy Frierson, brother Anthony and his beautiful wife, Sister Karima Muhammad, who was all around the city this weekend. Shout out to Rosita Shatanda, who is on the forefront of the education fight. Sister Erica, she was delivering signs yesterday. She made 17 drop-offs yesterday and sent me 25 pictures. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Martell McCoy. I got Quincy. I got Rosita. Shout out to Brother Brown. Shout out to Jonathan Boston. Shout out to Israel, Prince Israel, out there. Shalom. I don't know.
Yep.
All right. Shout out to let me see. Desmond, we the brutes. Ruthie, this Lil Trey. We're gonna have to keep an eye on Lil Trey. Shout out to Jasmine Stovall. Y'all make sure y'all don't forget we got Blackapalooza coming up, so I'm gonna let y'all know about that. Robin Patrice. Shout out to Robin Patrice, who did not give me my shirt last week, so I got to find me one this week. Ness better not come up here without no shirt. Ness trying to guest spot. He like, what days y'all gonna be open? Shout out to William Johnson, Kenya Renee, Jesse Ruben Juarez. Shout out, homeboy. William Johnson. Let me see. Theo Hike. Shout out to Auntie Neil. And we gotta check out did y'all check out Auntie Neil's Instagram stories this weekend? Auntie Neil was, am I not supposed to talk about
You mean violating her privacy?
Well then, don't put it on Instagram stories. Damn it. I was like, you know when you go somewhere, I hate when you go somewhere and you been there and they find all the stuff you ain't never know about. Even though you got your oysters from the wrong place. You had to go to Drago's. Drago's got the best oysters. But anyway, Auntie Neil was kicking it in Nolans.
She brought you some back?
You know what? I bet you, first of all, let me say this. If it is, it's probably got some caramel and some pecans in it. If she discovers a caramel or pecan. But beyond that, you know what I'm saying? My sister, actually, Tennille always be like, I brought you back some. I'm terrible. I'd be like, I buy back people. I got every trip we go on, I got gifts for everybody on every trip we've been on. And they all stacked up. Like, since our honeymoon, like every trip we go on, we buy everybody stuff. People done outgrown them, right? They done, like, I think we got gifts for Reagan that now Jersey could wear. I promise you. Oh Lord, So I'm gonna stop buying gifts because if you don't pick me up from the airport,
you ain't getting it.
That
ain't even right.
I don't mean it like that. I mean they be sitting in the house. They be sitting right next to the gift.
That's why you gotta get stuff for people that you be like excited to give them.
I do. I be excited. First of all, I'm a very good gift giver. It's just I be like, it ain't Christmas. Like my mama still got her Mother's Day card sitting on my mantle. She do. I'm just telling you. And she probably want to get in it, too. It's a nice little gift in there. But what I've learned to do is put the gift in there and pay for it. Like, don't, like, put the cash or put whatever in there so I don't got to, like, don't do no checks.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll be like a year later, oh, I found this check. Still don't even know how to, let me stop. All right, who else did I say what's up to? Shout out to Nidra Williams and everybody over at Solo Beauty Supply. Man, y'all make sure y'all stop at Solo Beauty. They got 2 locations. Riis and Ruthie, if y'all don't get Nidra a commercial on this station by this week, it's going to be a problem. So I'm just telling you. Riis over there looking at you, Ruthie.
She sent me the verbiage. I got it.
All right, get it done.
I just got to practice my my
You
voice.
doing? Oh, okay.
She asked me to do it.
Oh, she did?
She said she want a woman to do it.
She need a woman's touch.
Solo Beauty, where you are respected and appreciated.
Ooh, I heard that. Shout out to Anthony West. Shout out to Jessica Autumn Wilson. Have you ever seen do you ever be mad like when your parents named you and they put an extra letter on so you can't never buy it? Like, I mean, I gave up years ago, right? Like, I mean, I was like, when my mama named me Maison, I just knew it ain't. I stopped going to, like, when I was a kid, I used to always go to the keychain rack and be like, ooh, let me look for my name. And then one day it dawned on me. I was like, I'm never going to find my name.
I'm with you.
Not even Maze?
No.
Who you know is Maze? And if they did, they spell it M-A-I-Z-E or M-A-Y-S.
Like the corn?
Right. That's why I used to be like, look at the book of Maze. Then it'd be Mazes. Can't.
That's funny, Maze.
That's not. It sucks. I wanted my name up.
They had the root, but they never had the I-E. They might have threw a Y on there. But if you ain't got no biblical name, you ain't found it in that Great America.
Oh, man. Great America. All right, shout out to Corey Bilbro. Corey. Hey, Joe. Y'all know Ruthie, I'm shopping. Boy, I'm going to tell you. It's a lot more people with concealed carry than you recognize. That's probably why it's called concealed carry. But this weekend, I said, hey, I'm going shopping for my everyday. And so I asked people for recommendations. And obviously, I know that you got to get the one that fits for you, that feels good for you. But I asked people for their recommendations. Man, Charlie, that might have been the biggest post of the year. I think I might be over like 180 comments. There's a lot of people with concealed carry. Can I have like concealed carry with like I want to be like Starsky and Hutch.
What,
like
the
when
new
they
one?
had no, that's a comedy. Starsky and Hutch wasn't funny back
The old Starsky and Hutch wasn't a comedy?
Remember they had remember he used to carry his holster under his thing?
Nope.
I want to be like when you take your jacket off, like on the police.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. And you got the little gun thing, the little gun suspender thing. Okay.
Yup, and you be around your back. You know what I'm saying?
The leather one. You want the brown leather one?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Does that count for concealed carry?
It's fresh.
Huh?
It look good.
Right.
But I don't know how functional it is.
No, back up. Stop.
Oh, yeah, you got to say that, right?
Right.
We got to refresh our training.
Man, I want tactical training. I want to be shooting butt cans. Remember when you used to be like, did y'all ever play guns and say pew?
Yes.
What is pew? What is that from?
Well, I think ours evolved to pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. Or boop, boop, boop.
That's when damn millennials started killing each other. Boop, boop, boop.
It's them switches.
All right, speaking of switches, have y'all ever heard of these, what do they call them? Non-aggression agreements? Remind me to tell you about that at 4 o'clock. What if I told you that they actually pay people to not shoot each other? Like that's actually like a contract. Like there's a written contract that says if no killings happen between this time and this time, we will pay you this much money. That's real. I want to know how much would you pay not to have killings in your neighborhood? And is that sustainable? All right, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But, Riis, I know you locked and loaded, man. I think you done found everything since we moved, so I know you done unpacked, put everything together. So why don't you go ahead and hit that button for me?
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Have you ever bought something with the intent of returning it? Now, I know this sounds like an odd question to some, but yesterday I was at an event. One of my friends was having a party. And as we were kicking it through the party, he just happened to say, hey, be careful right there. Hey, hold up. And essentially, he had bought everything for the party with the intent of returning it all. After using it, knowing that he used it. And I was thinking to myself, have you ever returned anything? And I may have, but I don't think that I really have. But I feel like, I almost felt like that was theft. So you were going to have a party, so you need everything that they got. You go to the store, you buy it all, use it, repackage it, and take it back. And so the social media question of the day is, have you ever bought something with the express intent of returning it? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Like, I've heard of people taking dresses back. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of bogus too, but I'll let that be. I do. I think that's bogus. I feel like, did you go to the store because you actually need it? It's not like they gave you the wrong size. You literally went to the store to get something that you needed for a temporary, or wanted, because it's not a need, it's a want. Use it, and then take it back. Now, there was two schools of thought in the room. There was people who was like, hell yeah, I'm taking it back. And then there was, I really felt like that was theft. I do.
Theft.
So you came, you took a brand new product off of my shelf.
Okay.
Because you had something you wanted to do. Not that you needed to do, but you wanted to do. To entertain others. You then use the product, put it back, and then take it to the store and return it. Now, they either have to discard it or put it back on the shelf at a discounted price. Which either way means that I, as the business owner, had to take a loss, and you intentionally did it. I just felt like, is this really a thing? And there were clearly plenty of people, like, they was like Home Depot, their policy is they take everything back. Right? No matter what condition, whatever it is, they take it back. I remember being in a Home Depot and seeing a guy trying to steal tools, and I was like, why are you stealing these tools? You know they got a thing right there where you could loan them. Well, what I didn't realize was they will take it back and give you a refund. So I want to know, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Have you ever bought something with the express intent of using it and returning it? What y'all say? And am I crazy? I do feel like, am I wrong to feel like that's theft? And I guess I can't help but stop to think like, dang, Joe, So if somebody came and bought a Wiftable t-shirt, and I had a policy, and they was like, "Oh, we going to a march today. Let me throw this shirt on. Oh, and give me the camouflage." And then come back and be like, "Maze, this a thread ripped in here. I can't." Okay, well, let me give you another. Nah, I just want my money back.
Well, that's different if it's a thread ripped.
No, you ripped the thread.
Oh, okay. Well, no.
Or you come back and say, "Oh, this didn't fit." Well, you stretched it out. It Liz musty.
You wore it to a march.
You wore it to a march. Okay, is that right or wrong?
That's wrong.
Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Have you ever bought something with the express intent of returning it? And is that theft of services? Not something you don't want.
Yeah, you
right?
mean, yeah. Or not something that was defective,
right?
Or like, that's a tough one. I think that is. I don't know if it's technically theft, but it might be kind of.
I had to take an L. Riis. Have you ever bought something from the store?
Yes.
With the express intent of returning it?
I do it every time I go on vacation, and me and the group, and we get an Airbnb. One of the first things we do is we go to Walmart and we buy a big old speaker to play in the house, and at the end we return it and get our money back.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
Every time. Every time. So if I'm coming to a town near you with my people in Airbnb, just know your local Walmart. I'm coming down there getting a nice one too. I want the sounds be loud. And right before we leave, we gonna return it and get out my here's a receipt. Return everything's in there. Everything is good to work. You can plug it on up and thank you, my money back. But we had a great time with this stereo. Thank you. I used to do it with video games too, way back in the day. Like if you take your PlayStation game now, so like my game, let's say that it'd be a scratch on it, and my game won't play. So I would go and buy the other. I would buy the same game used. Now I would keep it. Now in 7 days you can return it. So like on day 5 or 6, I would, or sometimes I would just take it back that same day. Like, hey, the game didn't play, and they would give me my money back. Then I learned a more valuable trick that if you actually like return it and then you get store credit, you get more money and then you buy something with it. And then when you buy something with it and you return it that time, you can actually get the extra money from the store credit. So it was like a whole bunch, man. So yeah, man, I definitely.
Rackets, man.
Definitely.
Riis Rackets is your new nickname. Riis Rackets. That was a whole racket, Riis. Riis. So let me ask a question. I gotta ask. Do anywhere in that space, do you feel any...
It's Walmart.
Conscious...
He didn't say he go to the local small business and do it.
Even if it's Walmart.
It's
Walmart. Somebody's job. Okay. So Walmart, you could theft of services Walmart.
And then low key.
Uh-oh.
Low key, if I'm thinking like Riis, right? I'm thinking like Racket Riis. He actually doing the next man a favor because they gonna get it on clear for a little bit of discount because it's open box.
Open box. You feel me? Now the next
Riis.
person is like, let me get it open box. I didn't help somebody out because we ain't,
it ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. We had it for 3 days. Kicked it 3-4 days. We kicked it and we turned it right back. We want our money back, so we cleaned it, made sure it was perfect. Hey, listen, you break it, you buy. I'm trying to tell you that right now. Boom. So it was in good shape. I'm telling you. Yes.
This is unbelievable. I'm just telling you. Yesterday I was flabbergasted. I was like, I halfway won't send back. I don't even still know how to use my Amazon return. I got a whole box sitting over there right now that I was like, I don't know how to send this back. So
take it to your local UPS store for free, and they will package it and ship it for you, as long as you got your little barcode.
Okay, so that's that little piece of paper that be in the bag, in the box.
You got to get a return barcode. Log into your Amazon account. I'll show you.
Well, here's all I'm saying. Reese, you don't feel like no type of nothing?
It's a victimless crime.
There's no such thing as a victimless crime.
What did I do?
Yes, there is. It's a victimless crime.
You
thought
dropped
I
the price.
it.
You thought you did.
And
you
then when I
plotted,
realized
Reese.
that I can't
Reese,
take it back
you
on
was
the
a
plane with me, I'm like, you know what? I mean, I just never think it all the way out. Like, oh, I do need
Okay,
it.
Rack and Reese. When we do our first show out of the country, right, or out of town, Rack and Reese, you make sure before you go to the store, right, you holler at me, because we don't need to do that. If I need to ship us one down there, I ship it and be waiting for us. If we need to put it on the plane. But Reese.
Look everything up and return the next day.
Hey, but you know what? Some stores have policies that support things like that. Like, I'll give you an example. You could take any product back to, like, Bath and Body Works. Like,
who wants an open shampoo?
They're not gonna resell it, but you can
they pour it in another bottle.
You can use virtually all of it. You can let your candles burn down to the thing and be like, I don't like this, and they'll give you another one. Somebody told me Robin Patrice got a policy like that too.
I bet you didn't know that you can return your Adidas to Adidas and they give you a new pair.
What you mean return them? For what?
Like send them back to Adidas and they will send you a brand new pair of Adidas.
What?
Yeah.
What has to be wrong with them?
Like they got to be worn out, like like beat up, like like.
Oh, I got about.
And you can send them to Adidas and they will send you that same pair right back, like a brand new pair.
But then they won't be vintage.
Well, I mean, if they all busted up now, but I'm just saying though, So
I heard Nike, if you bust your air bubble, they'll take it back.
Yep. So there y'all go.
Oh, I got some air bubble busted. But I just let's go to the live line. No, y'all can't tell me y'all actually buy stuff to take it back to the store. Y'all hurt my feelings. Go ahead, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I started running marathons about 10 years ago, and I was told I need the proper shoes, but the shoes are expensive. And they was like, well, you know what? They'll take them shoes back if you just take them back. They won't even ask questions. And that was 10 years ago, and I fell in love with running in those shoes, so they stand behind their product. They got me hook, line, and sinker. So the policy actually got me buying their shoes, and I don't take them back. But that was my intent.
Oh, okay. So you bought them because you was going to take them back, but then you liked them so much that you did. See?
That's right.
But you went in, so you did not feel any shame about the process of first going in and being like, you went in like, I'm buying these and I'm taking them back as soon as I get through running a marathon?
I still did.
26 miles.
But
oh, you bogus, dog.
26.2. Give me all of them, baby. 26.2.
Oh, you wrong. Oh, my God. Would you have felt any guilt?
I probably would not have, because I only intended on running one marathon. But that was 10 years ago, and now I got like 15 under my belt. So here we are.
Same brand?
And I'm still buying their product.
Oh, well then good.
Yes, sir.
Then it worked out. All right, look. Okay. But that ain't like Racket Reese, though.
There's levels to it.
It clearly me a new pair every
but you know
time
what,
I ran.
You know what, though, man?
Be hurt.
It's another side to this. It's the wealthy side to this. Because think about stuff like your Cutco products. You can send them back, get them sharpened up. You can send them back, get them fixed. Like the really, really expensive shoes, like they'll take them back and they'll fix those and stuff for you too. So I kind of think it's two sides to this. Like, do you still feel the same like embarrassment or shame if you sent back your Mont Blanc pen because it you didn't like it anymore? The ergonomics was not what you was expecting. You wouldn't send that back?
No.
Damn, I need to sell stuff to you.
If I had, first of all, if I bought a Mont Blanc pen, I probably already went to the store, felt it.
Yeah, but once you get it home, you get a certain amount of time to try things out in your home. What about your bed you bought? You still got some more days to send that back?
I'm not sending it back though. It's like, you gonna like this. As much trouble as we done went to get this mug up in here, you gonna learn to love this bed. Shoot. I don't know. Look, somebody said they bought a stand for prom, a backdrop stand for prom. They sending it back.
Really?
Why you ain't just rent one?
Because why spend that bread?
My money back. So I just go ahead. That's all I need. I'm gonna go ahead and send it right back. I used to do my video games like that. I used to buy a 2-year warranty in the day before.
Now I will buy the warranty.
And I will break and then buy me a whole new warranty. And like the whole day before, take it back and then give me a whole new game.
Now I will use the warranty if it breaks. But it got to break. All right, anybody else on that line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. You ever bought something with the express intent of taking it back? You know you wrong. Go ahead.
Yo, this is Ness. What's up, Rack and Riis? What's up, man? What's up, Bruce?
What's up, Ness? Ness, we see, you can tell
Man,
Ness be at the fire department because he's chilling in the afternoon. What's going on, dog?
Chilling, man. Hey, look, I think the proper term that y'all are looking for with this whole you did that y'all talking about is deception of purchase. That is the proper tagline when it comes down to buying stuff with the intent to take it back. You are deceiving me of purchasing the product because you going to bring it back. I ain't never took nothing back. The Ashley Furniture dude got a 5-year furniture thing where, after 5 years, you can call in and tell them you got some defects and they'll send you new furniture. So I might take them up on that offer. But no, I got bro. It's people out here doing shady stuff. You remember the Red Box? Y'all used to rip the Red Box and get the CDs and stuff, the movies? So look, this is how I got. And I know I got a couple times. I went up there, got me a movie, came to the crib, put the CD in there, the CD burnt. They got the movie logo and everything on there. Somebody that burnt. This was CD burner was hot. So CD burner, somebody would burn the CD, they made a copy of it, they made a new label, put it on a blank DVD disc and put it back in the box. So the Red Box could read it. So I was at home with a blank movie. And I done got my food, tight yesterday, sat down, can't see nothing. So I was out there bogus. I was out there super bogus. But what people is doing though, as far as Ruthie mentioned Robert Patrice, so we get a couple crazy people every now and again. They'll buy a product and they'll do a charge back on it right after they receive it and tell the bank that it was an unauthorized purchase, so they can get the product for free. And then we got to comb through all types of red tape to let the bank know that it was the actual purchase in order for the purchase to even count towards the business. So it's some shady characters out here, and I ain't mad at you. It's a finesse to it, but people be finagling too, though.
I wasn't going to give them that one, Ness. I wasn't going to let them go about that one. Yeah,
hey,
man.
Ness, Robert Patrice said, how you ain't responding to her text, but you calling into the show? Boy, you better go handle that business. That's my man, Ness, on the ones and twos. Look, man, y'all wrong. Look, Ryan said that when he was in retail, he used to be a manager at Walmart. He said people brought back condoms and used pregnancy tests.
No, they didn't, Ryan. You just trolling us.
I bring back the plastic bags if I go to the Chicago and they make me pay 7 cents because it's on the receipt. I return them back and they looked at me crazy. I'm like,
wait.
Wait.
Let me just clarify what you just said to make sure you just said what you just said. Did you say that if you purchase a shopping bag and are charged the 7-cent shopping bag fee in the city of Chicago, you have returned those 7-cent bags?
Correct. Correct. It's on my receipt.
I wish I had.
You believe him, May, when he trolling us right now?
For real.
I wish I had the time to do that. If I feel like the main reason, I guess now I'm never buying anything to return it intentionally, but I would buy and return stuff. Like I would do. Like I feel that that's okay. Let's go to the live line. Call you. But wait. Yeah, I do wish that I had the time to return the bags and I had the receipts, because that bag tax pisses me off.
But y'all don't use those bags y'all haven't integrated those bags into the functionality of y'all lives.
Ruthie, I can't keep up.
But I'm saying, like, what y'all put y'all bathroom trash in? You buy the real, you go spend money on the real small garbage bags?
I would, but
you wasting the money, man. You can use them grocery bags.
Ruthie, let me tell you.
What you send people, what do people leave your house? They leave your house with nice bags of things?
They usually leave with a Ziploc.
What you put you don't put the Ziploc in the little grocery bag?
Nah, do it so it's so it don't fall, it don't go whatever. Or I give it to you in a Ziploc free flowing so you could warm the Ziploc and then go.
You a classy man.
I try to be. And I will give you like a used restaurant bag.
Oh, Oh,
like I give you like the
classy.
rest. You know, like when we go to cut or something like that.
I know.
All those bags, I just try to.
I save
you know,
those for special occasions.
I would save them for just moments like that. So when you leave my house with a bag,
You can
you
have
be
a
like,
nice one.
Yeah.
Instead of a
Yeah,
plastic grocery.
Yeah.
I like him. Look at that.
Classy.
No, I like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like to be the epitome though of class. Like if I had like I want you to leave my house. Like I damn near wish. Like I used to buy the black Tupperware. You know, the black restaurant containers. So if you was leaving my house, I would pack you up that same way with food, etc. Like I want to be at a point where we just be so busy, right, that I don't have time. But I definitely, like, I like that extra touch that people put on. You know, like when people do stuff that's like, you know, just thoughtful or just like classy. Like when you open up a bag, like when you come home and you walk in with a plastic bag, you feel a lot different than you walking with a bag with 2 strings and a nice name on it. You feel away. You know, I just want to make people be happy. All right, Carly, on the Maze Jackson Show, you ever bought something with the express intent of returning it? What was it?
Yeah, thanks for taking the call.
James, nothing nasty now, dog.
Nothing nasty. Nothing nasty. And Ruthie looking good in there, too. But what I also wanted to say is I was in between jobs once years ago, but I had a Home Depot card. What I did isn't as clever as some other people, but I went and bought an expensive drill, I believe it was, and I took it to a pawn shop, and I got them to give me some quick money for it. And then when I got my situation right, after a couple of weeks, I went back and got the drill and took it back to Home Depot. But Home Depot also got me too, you know, because I had to go back twice because the first box didn't even have a drill in it. And I went to the pawn shop, and it was like, there's nothing in here. I'm like, what? You know, I had to go back and make sure it was a drill in the second box of that.
What was in the first box? Was it a brick in there?
Nothing.
You ain't feel it, James.
Nothing. There was nothing in there.
James, you bought an expensive drill, and you was just you ain't even say this box is pretty light.
I like drill.
I didn't think about anything like. First of all, I lift a lot of weights anyway, so you know it wouldn't matter to me if it was a little heavy, you know. But I didn't know there was nothing in the box until I got to the pawn shop first time. You know, but yeah, that's a little simple thing I did to get my money back.
I heard that, man. James went to the store, bought him a drill. See, I know people that be going to the store cuffing a drill. And then be coming back. All right, James. All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Right,
that's our man, Big Truck, James Turner. You remember Truck Turner, the movie? That's what I be thinking of James. Say, you know, I'm kind of big. I be lifting weights. Reese, we got anybody else on the line? All right, well, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, I want to talk about, what did I call it, Ruthie? Non-aggression agreement. Have you heard of these? Reese, have you heard about these non-aggression agreements? What if I told you? What if I told you could get paid up to $20,000 not to kill someone? Man, Joe, something we should talk about. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition to how to knock on a door to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. It's a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Up in the morning with the frown on my face, 'cause I know it's another day that I gotta face now. For people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show. But I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money? Why can't you just give it? Why can't you just give it? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Working in a 9 to 5, got your girl hella tired. Why won't they let me be? Now I understand why my mama always used to ask, did I think money grew on trees? I got these bills after bills and they just keep coming. Working overtime but my pockets ain't flooding. Yeah, my funds low. Adult life is scared.
Why money ain't free?
Why it ain't free?
Why can't you just give it?
Why can't they just give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me.
Why money ain't free? Yeah.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
How the money ain't free. Every 5 minutes kids bothering me. They seem to think that money grows on trees. Always asking for allowance and clean one thing. Sick and tired of my funds being low. Spent the whole bag on the groceries at the store. Got a little something, but I need a little more. And I'm a single mama, you should already know.
Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me.
Doing me.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it?
Won't you give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why money ain't free?
Why money ain't free? Yeah, why money ain't free?
WIIFTV-PM.
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church, if you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed is all wrong.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Good afternoon, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Plus my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, Riis, Rackets Riis. Boy, you want to know how it works. You know what one day we gonna do? We're gonna do, not only are we gonna have Billy Bob Black, we're gonna have to have Riis's alter ego. So he can tell you how to get it done. Riis, we're going to have challenges that we got to put up for people. What you got to do is call your alter ego, because I know you ain't coming up with this stuff. And you got to tell them how they would get out of the situation. Now, no alleys. These have to be real life situations that we're going to let Riis tell us how he would do it.
His friend, his cousin.
Well, now see Riis cousin. Oh, maybe it's cousin. Riis is your cousin, your nephew. I don't know who it is. But we gonna figure this out, because I'm just telling you. Riis, boy, you a piece. You are a piece of work, dog. You learn something every day, boy. I don't know if everybody need to know it, but you do learn something every single day. All right, Ruthie, I can see you got a thing in your ear. I was trying to help you.
I know it's supposed to be hidden. I forgot.
Oh, that's your look?
No,
you had to flip it back. I was like, Ruthie, that's what the whole thing is. That's like, though, we getting good with our new equipment. Riis, I see you got the sound halfway decent going on today.
Not halfway.
Well, I just, I can't
give them too much. I know.
You give them too much, then they be like, see, I told y'all I was the best in the whole entire world. And you be like, Riis, then you can't tell them nothing for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'd be like, then something happened. Then he'd be like, then he got to be humble again. So you just keep it at even, right? Then you ain't got to worry about him. Because I'm telling you, man, my man Riis, he be back there. You can tell on the days when Riis is swaggerlific, right? He be super swaggerlific back there. And then that be the day when he don't be super when he be super swaggerlific, that's when the button don't work. So I just be like, I'm going to just go ahead. So it's my man doing this thing. Ruthie Moore in the building. We got over to the break a little late, but it's okay. So not only yesterday while I was at this event did I learn about people returning things, I learned about the concept of a non-aggression agreement. Now, has anybody out there heard of these non-aggression agreements as part of a solution to the crime, or to the violence in Chicago? Ruthie, yesterday during, you know how you be sitting around, and yesterday I was sitting around a little bit after 7 o'clock having some drinks. I was not nervous, because I was like, I don't have to be. I kept thinking I had to leave. Now I was like, wait a minute, I don't got to get up till. So while we were sitting around, the conversations bounced around, and I was talking about my son going to Bolingbrook for the summer, because I wanted him to free. It was like a bunch of guys from the crib. So we was all talking about kind of how we grew up in the suburbs. And while we had some challenges, we felt like we grew up in a relatively safe environment. And I want my son to have the freedom to move around. And so we were all talking about it, and everybody was agreeing, sort of. Then we got off into the conversation of the violence in Chicago and what could be done to stop it. Then I was talking to somebody who's involved with the process, and he told me about a term called a non-aggression agreement that is a strategy that is being employed by these, by our, violence intervention?
Oh,
what do you call it?
interrupters?
Not the interrupters. What you call that? For whatever reason. What's the people that stop the shootings? Anti-violence. What's the big things everybody getting grants for? Anti-violence? Mm-hmm. Okay, so anti-violence. So part of the anti-violence program is not only getting shooters off the street, and getting them, like wraparound services, there is also what they call a non-aggression agreement. Now, do you know what a non-aggression agreement is, Ruthie? I mean, it's kind of what it sounds like. To keep the peace, anti-violence organizations are paying leaders money to not shoot anybody. They are actually making direct cash payments to leaders of street organizations to stop them from creating violence. So essentially what happens is you show up to violence group A, anti-violence group A, they identify you as one of the guys. You say to them, I got this area from here to here, and everybody from here to here is under me, and I can stop the violence from here to here. They then say to you, all right, well, here's the window that we need the violence stopped, and if you can stop it from here to here, from this area to this area, from this amount of time to this amount of time, we will pay you cash money. As you can imagine my surprise when I heard about this. Now maybe, Ruthie, because I know y'all, I just got into this whole paying for grades and paying for performance. I'd be like, you better do what you're supposed to do. But let me ask, do you think that paying for peace agreements is a worthwhile investment, and is it sustainable? I
do think that there's a direct correlation in between a decrease in violence and money. Now, is that a job or a career path, or does that look like a direct payment? But I do think that there's a strong correlation between money and stopping violence.
So then my question becomes, does that also encourage violence?
Of course, because how else you gonna get the money unless your little quadrant popping? So get that quadrant popping, y'all, so we can get that money. Then we gonna call it off.
Right, until somebody finds out that you said you was chief. So now, so you calling it over all us and you can stop it, so you can ready to get 20 stacks? Oh no, well he ain't chief. So my question becomes, first of all, do you think that's a real strategy?
I would need to look at the ins and outs of it, but I'm pretty sure it involves some level of them having to commit to some type of meetings or something.
They got to commit to going through programs and then also controlling their people.
Yes, I think it's a good strategy. Now,
whoa, I don't. Go ahead. Tell me why you think it's a good strategy.
So I would need to see the ins and outs and what they're actually learning within the curriculum and the programming and how that money is actually divvied up. But because the street organizations are so fractured, what does it look like to empower them on some level to contain the violence within their said territories? I don't know. I don't know, Maze.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Because I don't know that that's a sustainable model. And to pay people to not kill people, I understand there's some classing, but the reality is, their whole thing is,
I don't know if they're paying them not to kill people. They might be paying the money to be used for programming for said.
No, you get $20,000 cash. You get a $20,000. If you hold down the violence in the summer and you don't have killings and blah 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 blah, and they set a metric, I believe, and they set a metric that says that you had this much violence in your neighborhood, we're gonna give these 16 people or these 20 people or these 50 people, whoever say that they are the chief of the joint, they should get paid 20 grand. Like, damn, then I feel like you do need to get it popping. And how do you, once you get it popping, you done started a whole nother group of people who could care less about the 20,000 because you done whacked my family, which is the repetitive cycle that I feel we're in. But the concept that we have to pay black people not to kill black people, white people are paying, that's a scary premise.
I don't know. I don't necessarily see it in that way. Like that same, like that money, like, okay, would you feel differently if that money were used in more of a concerted way to maybe provide X number of sustainable jobs or something, versus it just being like a cash payment that you can do whatever you want to do with?
I think that the moment that it's I think that you create the market. I think that that is creating a market, and it also creates a tiered system in which people become trying to outdo each other to prove who is the boss. And then if somebody is talking peace and then the other people find out, and the other people find out that it's that they got 20 grand for not, and they ain't chipping everybody else off, it's gonna turn into another issue. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should we pay for peace? Like, damn, and if that's the case, then I do think we got an issue, because if you telling me we got to pay people not to kill each other, then what's the reward for being a decent person? $20,000 per non-kill, no shooting? Is that sustainable even? And how much money of your tax dollars would you pay to ensure that there's no shooting in your neighborhood, or to try to pay people to not shoot in your neighborhood? That's kind of crazy to me. I don't know. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Let's take a quick break, Riis, and when we come back, we're going to continue the discussion. And then if you are willing to pay, how much should you pay? Is it per body? Per not body? What's the measurement? And then what happens when that money goes away? See, that's just a fish. So now, wait, he got the 20 stacks, so as soon as he collect that 20 stacks, somebody gonna be trying to whack him, because they want the next non-aggression agreement. Let's talk about it some more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Plus, you can get us on WBGX. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Get us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Who's bad?
Maze Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages it, and do black people have to honor?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as mad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, brother. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey. Do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, spring. The skin of men fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want for the rock for money. This is transparency, my life 3D. Live every word that I utter, reporting live
from the gutter, where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer. Revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tune. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Fall rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo's. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like the beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest if we seek it. All the glory we can obtain and keep reaching. I'm painting this picture, I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Well, how about you to sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated, move muse. Always service humble pop. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Super melanation, renovation of our databases. Gotta fix the trinity to make it past the matrix. There's a rabbit in the hole. Your decision, you gon' chase it or just shove it for complacency. Here's your motivation. Black power in your veins. Up to us to build a nation. European mental detox completely we erase it. You can't keep fighting over old information. Probably bring it right back. If you love being black, I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show this afternoon. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We're going to see if my girl Ruthie Moore is straight. Ruthie, you straight?
Testing. 1,
Hey,
2,
that's
3.
even better than you even started with before, Riis. We got to send that. Speaking of return, well, I bought it so it could work. Now, let me tell you, back in the day before I got through with y'all, I probably would have just ordered another one. And that one would have been sitting up there. So y'all going to have to give it to Ruthie so she can get it back, Riis. I think I sent stuff. I threw the bags, the boxes away.
Oh.
So you can't send it back without the boxes? Ruthie better get it together.
Who say that?
Right. I know you got it. Riis gonna make a box. Riis gonna go to the store, buy a box, put it back in, turn it
Buy
around,
a
box.
box.
Like
What? I will repurpose a box.
Dang, Mustafa. Jesus. Ruthie be mad when y'all be Riis, you see she getting wedding proposals on the air?
Riis busy. He working, Maze.
Do you know Mustafa? Ruthie, I think Ruthie is gonna marry Mustafa. Ruthie gonna have a husband with a strong black name. Is it gonna Taekwon?
Taekwon.
Uh-oh. All right. Okay, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. But this whole concept of paying for peace, Ruthie, I feel like y'all millennials just want to get paid for any damn thing. So this is what I'm supposed to do. So what do you get for not murdering someone? Like how much money would you pay the street guys in your neighborhood to not shoot each other? How much would you pay? Would you pay them $100,000 a year to not shoot anybody? Is it worth it? You looking at me like?
I mean, I think,
I would.
I'm all for violence prevention strategies that are different.
So you don't think that creates a market?
It's already a market, Maze.
What are they doing with the millions that they already do right now?
Do you know they spent $187 million?
And then be saying the crime go up. So can we pay you not to kill? Yeah.
So then how do I get a piece of that paycheck? Do I got to shoot somebody to get some? So do I got to shoot somebody to get? Because my thing is, hold on. So how do you get the check? Mm-hmm. So let me ask a question. Ruthie, you find out on phone them got $100,000 for not shooting nobody this year, even though he got 10 bodies. And now he getting paid not to kill. Do you then say, I got this many bodies? Or do you go get you some bodies and then everybody be like, don't mess with Lil Trey?
No, maybe Lil Trey gonna recruit other people to get into the program so they can get their money too.
But you ain't getting no money if you ain't a killer. You ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Maybe they can do it this way and say, bring me a dirty gun. And
they already do that.
The street,
they do that when they pull you over. They go be like, "Go give me a gun." You know, Riis, now stop.
I know that, but
Riis, stop. Riis,
you gonna pay him though.
Riis.
How would you know? That's the only way to not fess into saying, "Hey, I have a gun." It's like you're saying, "I got to kill it." Not saying I killed these people, but I could. So, but yeah, I definitely would. I mean, that sound. Imagine if you get on people on O blocks of money, man. They probably would change their life.
Somebody gonna be like, "What I gotta do to get 100?" And how do you? So everybody gotta get 100.
No, see, you got to look at it differently.
Please, help me see it.
Okay, so to me, the best youth programming is holistic, meaning that you don't got to worry about your transportation, you don't got to worry about no food, everything is covered, because we know that money can sometimes be an equalizer. So what they're really likely paying them for is showing up to those meetings. Because think about it, it's all about data, low key. But they're paying them to keep an eye on them. They're paying them to bring them into the fold. You can't just ask Big Homie to show up to this meeting for free. You got to make it worth their while. So you break them off with some bread. They show up to their little meetings. They take back the information that they get from the people, and they bring it to the hood, bring it to their little homies, and they make their agreements with them. And that's how I would imagine that's how it's been working.
And then the neighborhood gets the $100,000. I guess, hey, you know what I'm saying?
So when the 100 run out, so what if you spent yours early?
No, you know what? Maybe it doesn't go to the people, or maybe I feel like Ruthie, to the community or something like that. And then maybe we offer jobs, hey man, if you can talk to the people and say no more killings, and if you can do no more killings this year, every year it's no more killings, man. We will do this, and then we will employ y'all instead of y'all being out here in the streets. We can build these centers and get y'all jobs, and y'all, you know what I'm saying? Work like that. But I don't know how you can do it. But if you could pay some killers $100,000 to not kill nobody, trust me, they will do it. I don't know if they got to show you the film they did. Look, I killed Lil Ray Ray. I don't know what they need to do, but I do think $100K.
And then low key, the E and cred is for economic. We know them. They the ones that's divvying out the money and spearheading these non-aggression agreements. They the ones.
How you know that?
I googled it. I was sitting here. but if you think about it, really, that's how they keeping track. Oh goodness, because y'all know it's all about data, and that's how they able to keep track. Because really, the metrics is them check-ins, and I'm pretty sure that them people got to check in for their bread. They gotta, so that way they can keep. It's really kind of low key a very nefarious plan. I'm with you, Maze, because really it's about the data, and then the violence organization is gonna be able to say, this is the numbers, and we reduced this, and da-da-da-da-da. So the hundreds of millions of dollars we getting every year, see, we are putting it to good use. But I don't necessarily think it's a bad strategy. I think in terms of direct economic benefits, it don't seem like a bad idea.
Goddamn, millennials want to get paid for everything.
What other incentive would Baby Chief have to do this if it ain't money? Because most of the time the violence is already rooted in economic turmoil. Somebody fighting over some turf of whatever, jacking and robbing, blah blah blah. So what if you still have an economic component, but you just taking away all the jacking and robbing? You got to get the money flowing some kind of way.
Violence is a racket, man. Look, so Lloyd K. Westerfield says, our military spreads money in hot spots all over the world to quell violence. It's common practice. Trust. When we left Afghanistan and cut off the money, the Taliban was not pleased. They reported the president left the country with suitcases full of cash before the Taliban took over the country.
Yeah, non-aggression agreements is a military word. Google it, y'all. It's a military thing.
So they using military strategy on us?
What? Are you serious? Low-key, like, the violence prevention strategies born right here in our backyard are international strategies now. It's big money. Like, that's why I'm like, black people need to get into research, because they done took this all the way to Africa. Like, the strategy, like, it's about economics, like, and they know it's about economics. So somebody got to be getting paid aside from just the organizations. Get the people the money.
All right, y'all. I think if we have to be paid to be human, that's just, we're damned. Damned. All right, I'm gonna do this because we skipped over again. Let's take a quick break. We got any calls? Nobody. Y'all skip. Oh, we got a caller. I want to hear from you. How much money should you pay to stop the violence in your neighborhood? Should you pay making direct payments? Caller, you there?
Hey, what's good, bro? Hey, what's up, Ruthie? What's going on, Riis,
What
man?
up, Devo?
Hey, man.
Devo trying to get that nomination.
Hey, bro. I'm trying to get that check. Hey, but won't everybody else get the check? So then it'll be like the whole people of color thing all over again, and then no freedmen will get the check, and then we'll still be getting shot at while everybody else like getting all the money, and it ain't no violence in they community, bro. So I don't know about that one, dog. Sound like a hustle to me.
Man, I'm just saying everybody gonna be competing to see who chief now.
Right, and it's gonna be racist because, like, if you say like, oh, this gonna go to black people, then they gonna say we racist because, you know, we quote unquote, you know, black on black violence, and then, man, we ain't gonna get no money, bro. We gonna still be broke, dog, because that's just how the game go. Because we out there so bogus, we just gonna be out there bogus, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all still gonna be selling loose squares and, you know, trying to hustle Walmart for returns on your receipts, bro.
Get them down.
That's where we at. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at with it, because that's what we be doing. Hey, but hey, I'm gonna tell. Hey, when I was in college, when I first went off to college, we went to Savannah to go to the mall. So at the mall, they at the Belks, it had a sheet in the polo section. They was doing the polo markdowns, and the lady left the stickers with the $20 stickers out. Man, I cuffed all them stickers, bro. Man, we had polos for about 3 years straight for $20 a piece, dog. And polos about $60 back then. Man, hey, man. Hey, bro, that hustle life is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? That college life is hustle is all about hustling, dog.
Man, black people in college they had every survival skill set. Because I think half the black kids, their parents went them to college, sent them with $200 in their pocket and said, "Good luck." So I'll tell you, Devil.
I ain't even gonna say what I went to college with, but I had $1 million on my mind, bro. So college is rough, dog. That, man, please. Y'all have a good day, bro.
I appreciate you, Devo. We appreciate you. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. I still want to know how much money y'all would pay. And who gets the check? Like, in your neighborhood, do you know who it is? And if you know who it is, would you pay him? Riis say yeah. But again, once he stopped, who wants the next check? And how much he got to spend? How much he got to share with the block? I don't know, man. If I found out you got
hold on. Because we always talk about our ability to be able to police our own communities. And this is just an example of... Now, granted, this is an example of the white man telling us how to do it. But still, can we try some things that are different? Can we move toward some level of having control over our communities?
Okay, well, can I ask a question? Who you think control? The white guys got the check. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I said it was sanctioned by the white man, but I mean, we know that. How else can we be so absent of the economic part of it. Like, is there a group of people that will be willing to do this kind of work without the economic help?
Say that one more time.
I'm just saying, like, if, like, related to this violence prevention strategy, like, economics is a big part of it. So could a similar program like this happen without the economic component? Can I expect somebody to do this type of work for free? Because ain't they really out committing the crimes and the violence is prevailing because of the underlying economy that comes along with it?
I feel like we say most of this is you killed my family, I'm killing yours. A lot of it is revenge at this point. I don't know if the killings are economic. Maybe they started that way, but I think now we're in a space of like repetitive recycling revenge. Because you done killed somebody, so I'm killing you now.
But ain't that why we need violence interrupters specifically for that reason? Because a lot of it, if you just said it's not necessarily, you come on my turf, I'm finna get you. It's more like, you probably is affiliated with the group that used to be on that block back in 92 that killed my play cousin, and I still got this vendetta against you. Like, if we know that that's what it is, don't we literally need interrupters to interrupt those things, those mediators, those people that do got control, perceived control over these little small pockets?
I guess my thing is, if you did all the whackings for 10 years, and then you decide that you now want to change your life, right? It don't change the 10 whackings that you did. And so me paying you, but everybody else seeing you walking in and out of the joint, like now you changed your life, nigga, that don't got nothing to do with the fact that you done shot all my people. And so I don't know that I feel like some of these things, like, there's more to it than just paying them. Because if you the guy, then 9 times out of 10, it's not you stopping the violence. You might stop you, but the people that you done did it to ain't through looking for you. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy to me. Whew. How much? 100,000? So how much would you pay? Do you think if we took the $187 million, divided it amongst the killers to make them cash payments, to say, let's say it's 400 killers in Chicago. Take the 187 million, divide it by 40 people, give them all the money to stop, or give all them 200 people, let's say $500,000.
No, that wouldn't work. You can't just give them the money. It has to be some type of program, and I'm telling you, they're not just giving them people the money. They got to show up and do something to get that money. And that thing that they show up to get that money to do is what makes them violence prevention organizations seem like they doing what they need to be doing. That's how they collect them data points.
I don't know. So it seems to me, I really am curious then why Tyrone Muhammad can't get his money.
It likely has to do with Tyrone's eye related to the whole system. So you ain't just finna give him, 10, 20 band, because he know y'all got 80 million and he gonna say something about it. So that's why y'all ain't gonna give him none, because he gonna say something about it. Because you ain't finna hustle him.
All right, there you go. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Riis, Ruthie. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. I know SBA loans just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Look, hey, check it out. First drug Lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants, they paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. I know SBA loans just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. I know stimulus checks just run the bread, make it high.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. That's my man Ness. What you over there snickering for? Cause you can't get it out your hair. You got your hair.
I hate these things.
You gotta get. We so fresh though. They be looking like we look like the black version of Kelly and what's his name?
Regis.
No.
Oh.
Ryan. Kelly and Ryan. We like the black version.
Regis and Kathy Lee.
Kathy Lee. All right. Ruthie Moore. Ladies Jackson. You know I could come. No, I'm not gonna do the Billy Bob Black. Don't make me bring. Do you watch Yellowstone? Do anybody here watch Yellowstone? Yellowstone is gangster, Joe.
When I go on my sabbatical, I'm gonna watch all the shows you said I'm supposed to watch.
Hey, Reese. You hear us say, what sabbatical is this? Like, how you get... Here we go with this making up my own damn schedule again. Sabbatical? You gotta work some days to get a sabbatical, Ruthie!
Mental health, Maze.
What? That is not in our book.
Can you imagine sitting here every day reading these stories about how, you know, how people are being mistreated of various different races and coming in here all the time and just listening to the downfall of the government, how they're doing us. Mental health.
Reese and Ruthie. Good God. And nowadays, if I say something about mental health, then y'all gonna be like I'm shaming mental health, and I'm not. We have to treat mental health like a true. Y'all remember that song, Mental Health? Bang your head. Mental health will drive you mad. Reese,
we ain't listening to B96.
Reese, look up Mental Health. It ain't B96. Look up Mental Health by Quiet Riot.
Red Hot Chili Pepper, okay.
Quiet Riot, man. You know, see? Y'all know nothing about the 80s, man. I'm telling you, that's...
The 80s, because we wasn't even born unless it was the late 80s. You know the best people were made in the 80s and born in the 90s.
No, the best people were born in the 70s.
Dang!
She with the Kevin Hart. She with the Kevin. She ain't right.
Ruthie, you... 1971. It is kind of crazy now when I be scrolling.
You gotta
I
go
gotta
real
go back
far.
a decade. Like I gotta go to a different century. I be 50 years, man. I be thinking like a half a century. Like when they be doing that, this is as long as 1919 was to the day you were born. I be like, damn, I'm that old? That's all right, though. All right, so I do want to put a bow on this thing. I do not think that paying for nonviolence is sustainable. And I am concerned that white folks feel the need to pay us to be anti-violent against ourselves. Because once that money comes out of the universe, right, you're going to turn... Like, it ain't going to be 187 million forever. It's going to be... Very soon, this thing is going to turn into a... what you call it? You know how when they start cutting programs and the people who was getting paid to don't have that check no more? Cause they gonna turn them. Cause then when they say pay me not to kill and you've been paying them, so imagine you get $100,000 a year not to kill somebody. What happened when the funding for that run out? What happens when they say, wait, hold on.
Well, by that time,
did y'all shoot? What happened when they say, what happened at McDonald's again? I don't know, man. Like, and then I feel like you are incentivizing.
No, Maze. What this really is showing us is that the only thing to stop the violence is economic repair.
So give us our reparations. Cut the check, make them ha.
Hey, but you saw.
So how do you get reparations as a killer before us? I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I'm just saying. So you mean to tell me I done went to school, I done did all my work, I ain't killed nobody, and somebody getting a check before me?
Yes, you had a nice, successful upbringing. The way that
Speak for yourself. What your idea? We gotta talk a different idea of success, man.
The way that these people are out here, they're out here bad. They need that way more than you, Mace. They need it. They need it. They're out here bad.
We out here bad, Maze. And you said yourself, it's only a small fraction of the people that's wreaking havoc in our communities. But I guess it would be, there are some aspects of Chicago's violence prevention strategy whereas I can tell that it's run by white people, like at the top. And so maybe if we can get some black people at the top, then we can get some better, more sustainable programs instead of just these Band-Aids to manipulate data. That's all these is Band-Aids to manipulate data. And once the data manipulated, then it's gonna be on to the next thing.
And then y'all gonna be sitting with a neighborhood full of shooters who ain't got no checks. So they gonna be looking to eat your stuff. Hey, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Call it. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should we have, I think that's it, non-aggression agreements. I agree, but I don't know that if you pay for it, you're going to ever stop paying for it. What's the matter, Riis? It's going to be okay. Carla, what you got for us? Carla, you on the Mace Jackson Show?
Yes. I believe that we can pay people to stop the violence, but to use the money a different way. Help them to start businesses, to keep them out of trouble, have them go to business classes to understand the businesses that they're going to build, to keep their minds occupied, not just give them money to stop killing. What if they do back in the days of Al Capone to get them to stop? Nothing. They policed themselves and went underground because they wanted the police to stay off of them. So if you're going to give the money, give it for a reason, not just hand it to them to do whatever they want to do with it, but start businesses.
Okay. I think that sounds simple. I think when you are starting a business, there's a lot of basic skills, and I'm not suggesting that people aren't smart. I think you got to put a lot of repair into people to even get them to a point to start or to actually run and manage a business. And I always just think about payroll, right? Like I think about payroll, but I'm with you. I think you got to give them something productive to do, but I do think that it kind of sucks to think like you get all the programs I do think you got to incentivize some of the good things and some of the good people as well. Anything else, Riis? Anybody else on that line? All right, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about when white people go too far. And then I also want to talk about why did Will Smith's slap of Chris Rock last longer in the news than the Buffalo massacre? I mean, I feel like that happened on Saturday. We talked about it Sunday, Monday. Joe Biden was in by Sunday night, Monday, and we talk about funerals barely. So I also want to talk about has the white sympathy run out for a black death? We'll talk about that as well as when white people go too far. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTV-PM. What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of The Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Plus, you can get us on WBGX. That's right, it's The Maze Jackson Show. Get us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Who's bad?
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things, what you doing? In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things, what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, babe? Why don't you come on over,
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell him Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 now is shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Good afternoon, world. I'm not messing with Ruthie more and her internets. So what you said about the program again? What was you telling me?
That it's all about data and research.
Okay, but what else did you discover while you was...
Well, I got some data for y'all. So according to a 2021...
That's last year.
Last year report, right? Peacekeepers and street outreach teams collaboratively brokered 47 of these NAAs, or non-aggression agreements. These agreements may be between rival groups or between members of the same group. As of November 27, 2021, 91% of agreements remained active, which equals 43.
What's remained active?
Maze, now you know they didn't write this, so we'll know that.
Okay.
Of the 17 NAAs, or non-aggression agreements, that were broken at some point during the implementation period, outreach and flip peacekeepers successfully reinstated 13 of those. Most non-aggression agreements broke down because of a shooting incident. Although more research is needed to better understand the relationship between non-aggression agreements and violent outcomes, early results suggest that hotspots with non-aggression agreements experience fewer shootings than those without.
Go to the other stat. Go ahead. Don't be ahead of the one I'm talking about with the 1723. Go ahead.
Why you want to say that one?
I just want you to read it.
All right. So, and I'm reading this from the Flip 2021 Opportunities for Innovation, prepared by Northwestern Neighborhood and Network Initiative, known as N3.
Who is that? Like, are they studying us? Like, are they trying to get in on the University of Chicago study the black people thing?
Mace, the University of Chicago and Northwestern got violence prevention sold up. Anywho, the statistic that you would like me to read that you found to be pretty interesting, Mr. Jackson, is from the key program outcomes on the first page. It says that 23 flip peacekeepers were hired into full-time violence prevention positions. While on duty, 1 peacekeeper was fatally injured and 2 were non-fatally injured. In total, 17 flip peacekeepers were injured, 7 fatally.
17 out of 23. So I guess my thing is, help me. Like let me back up. Let me back up. Cause I'm all about trying to do whatever, and I don't want to hate on anybody's. I just feel like the roots are so much further than money. Right? Like, I don't think that money is the driver in so many of these things. And I just don't know how you tell somebody who killed somebody that you loved or cared about I just don't know. And I want to make sure that I'm clear that I'm down with everybody trying whatever. But I don't know that you can buy morals or values. And I think Erica said it as well. Karma doesn't have a timeline. Mm. And so my concern is that, man, I just don't know what we do to stop it. And I gotta tell you, I'm concerned when large research universities are experimenting with us in life and death situations. Like, what factors are they adding? What are they taking? Does this money become a point of contention? I don't know.
It's the cycle.
Yeah, but at a certain point, the cycle ends, and where does it leave us? I just feel like we're going to be gone up out of this. Okay.
I mean, this is the last thing I'll say from this report. And I'm honestly low-key wish I wouldn't have found it and read it, because it's just...
You wasn't paying attention to the show?
I mean, it's just disgusting. But it's like they don't even attempt to hide. Like, it literally, like, at the end of this report, it literally says, like, that given its hyper-local focus on hotspots, it is challenging to evaluate Flip's impact on gun violence in larger community areas. On average, the 12 targeted community areas experienced a 0.5 increase in shooting victimizations in 2021 compared to the same period in 2020.
So, again, 12 target areas, $187 million, and the numbers went up. I think it's just deeper. I know you talk about economics. And I'm not suggesting, because you know I believe economics is in the place, but I think there's some holistic, like, I don't know how we pump morals back in. And I don't know that it ever ends if you're still at the crib. Right? Like, I don't know that if you Lil Trey, mm-hmm. I don't know that even joining a program takes away the pain for everybody else. And so I almost feel like it needs to be a relocation program. Ooh. But the challenge becomes that when you relocate people, they always want to get back crib because they homesick. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you really want to give these people a start, if you got the ability to stop the violence in the neighborhood, then you probably caused a lot of it, respectfully. And so my thing is, if you want to give that person a chance to start over, mm-hmm. then you say, okay, we're going to move you to...
That's tough, though, Maze, because I do feel like the perpetuators of a lot of the violence owe it to the communities to be a part of the repair. So I believe in...
How do they atone? How do they get to a point where you can be in the community mm-hmm. and not be seen as a threat anymore?
It likely depends on how you're moving in that community. So if a program like this says, okay, let's take these people in the community, let's empower them with some money and some programming and some resources.
What if you still ops, though?
You likely are, but somebody got to lay their flag down. We got to start somewhere with somebody laying their flag down. Otherwise, how will we ever get to that forgiveness that we need? How are we ever going to mediate the violence if somebody ain't willing to lay their flag down?
Okay. I don't know.
If you ask me, I think that I don't think we like living like this.
I think we don't know anything different. I think there are people at this point that don't know anything different.
They don't.
And so they think this is normal. And again, when you saw a boy who was killed at Millennium Park, who they talked about all his potential, and he just said he wanted to make it to 21, right? If everybody is starting to just make 21 the goal, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I want, I don't know. I don't know what, Y'all, Ruthie done started looking on the internet.
We just need black people working in research. I'm trying to tell. I used to work in research for about a decade.
How is the people? So I'm looking at the fact that the people in charge for us is not even us.
That's what I'm saying. We need more black people understanding research as a career path. Like, not just participating in research studies, not just getting studied on, but good God, like, this is, like, what these, come on now, like.
Dang, Ruthie.
I'm gonna get off this website, but.
Dang, Ruthie.
They don't even.
Tell me how them people stopping Sunmount West, out south.
They're not.
Where he going? Raise that up. Where he going?
No.
Oh, and you know the moment you say, okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, and I don't want to diss nobody, because I guess my question is, dang, Ruthie. Don't look at Ruthie's website. Don't let Ruthie start going down the rabbit hole.
Because it's like once you do it, you start connecting dots, and you like, oh, okay, I get it.
So, I just think that this whole thing is just a little disconcerting to me. But I'm glad that we talked about it, because I guess, Ruthie, I listened to you, and I guess we just gotta.
Can I just please read this? Because Lord. And then I'm gonna close this window, and I'm gonna get off of it.
Okay.
So this is related to. I'm reading a piece of the bio.
Don't say his name.
I'm not gonna. I can't even pronounce it. Okay. I'm about to read a piece of the bio for one of the main people that's in charge of one of these research institutions, y'all. It says, blah 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 blah. He is a Chicago native and one of the world's leading experts at applying network science to the study of crime, violence, policing, and urban neighborhoods. Now, in my humble opinion, they get black people to do the on-the-ground work for this, but black people, we are the experts in our communities. Like, do we need to get some PhDs and some MDs behind our name in order to be able to ascend to these positions to get the proper solutions?
Yes.
Like, this is crazy. And then how can he say that he's an expert when he got to get the black people in the hood to actually do the work?
Then it's the same thing that happened with ceasefire.
Good God.
Remember when
I know how Slutkin did that. I know, I'm quite very familiar.
$24 million and pay the brothers a meal and then go out the... I just feel like not only is Black Duck the hustle, but I do feel like experiments are going on.
Oh my God, y'all. He is also in the process of completing a manuscript on the evolution of black street gangs and politics in the city of Chicago from 1950 to the early 2000s.
Who's he partnering with?
Probably this same research institution. Come on now. And how much funding is he about to get to complete that project?
I'm gonna have to get...
I'm clicking off because I can't. Doop. Doop.
I'm telling you, we're an experiment. Dang, Ruthie, you clicked off for real.
I had to because I had to because it just kept leading me to more and more stuff, and I don't want to leave here. It's only Monday, so I can't get too riled up because I got to get through the rest of these days. But we need more black people in research, y'all.
Research, policy,
and data analysis.
I do feel like it's an experiment. And I feel like they're dropping factors in and out. You know, like when you do an experiment and you say, okay, what if we put this in and see how it reacts? And then let's add a little of this and move a little bit of that. All the while, black people are being murdered on Twitch now. It's become sport.
For sport. Here's your reparations. Own the gun.
Can I ask? So I was just thinking about this. And I saw it, and I've really refrained from talking about this all week. I thought it was so ironic, but I do want to put this out there. Did anybody notice? And I think I saw Tyra Martin post it. And you know, I have been very leery to talk about what happened in Buffalo. I've mentioned it. But I do think that it is the silence of white America on this tragic incident is deafening. I want to know, do you think that we done got enough, they done had enough of black people getting killed on TV and pity parties? Well, I should say, a pity party. You throw a pity party, well, I ain't coming.
See, the thing about it is black people are now less going for the symbolism and more so we looking for tangibles. So, you know, the Democratic Party, they knew after they tried to give us Justice Brown, we was just like, They saw how lukewarm we was to that. So they know right now that the Democratic Party is in a place where we don't want no symbolism. We don't want no wreaths. We don't want no flowers. We don't want none of that. We want tangibles. So what is our collective demand right now? Do we want the stop anti-blackness hate bill? Are we about to make the push for reparations? Like, what's our collective ask? And that's why they ain't saying nothing, because they know that it's gonna come with some demands. So it's like, let's just be quiet and try to let this one pass over. And low-key, what they really banking on is black people not mobilizing themselves around whatever the singular issue is. Because remember, white people galvanized us up before for the for the last little.
Oh, when you was wearing your Chucks and pearls.
You ain't see me in no
Are you
pearls.
Sure? You had Chucks on though.
I got Chucks. I like Chucks. And I like pearls, but just not at the same time. But I think it's just different now. So what's the collective ask? What's the collective demand?
Do you think we're even in the space I think the window is gone. No.
Let me tell you something. Right now, white people are scared.
You think so?
I'm telling you. That's why they quiet. Because ain't nothing worse than some mad black people. And not just mad about, like, oh, the NBA shut down. No, I'm talking about mad about acts of domestic terrorism that keep happening. Like, really, the people who I don't even care about the white people not saying nothing. I care about the black people not saying nothing. That's the part that's kind of getting me, because how is this not translating into legislation? Like, come on now. And part of it is really the grassroots got to organize around the collective issue to get the elected officials on board with moving it. That's how it got to work. Because we can't rely on elected officials to say, okay, let's get this anti-black hate bill passed.
Like, dude, I haven't heard really anybody talking about it. I mean, I feel like for such a mass, but do you think, let me ask a question. Do you think it got muted by
the Democratic Party? The Republicans damn sure wasn't really finna talk about it, because then we're gonna talk with, let's bring in the NRA. Where y'all at? Where's y'all stance on this? Like, so the Republicans, okay, fine, whatever. But the Democratic Party, they gotta be quiet about it, because if they don't, then what? Because it just really shows the lack of protections that are available for black people. We ain't got no office of what? What is it? Well, they got the office of New Americans. We ain't got no office of black Americans. Like, we ain't got no office to prevent domestic terrorism against black people. Like, come on. Like, so I think that the silence is related to the upcoming elections.
Yeah, I just think it is unbelievable that Chris Rock and Will Smith got more tick than 10 dead black people. Now, I'm going to throw a curveball because I was also looking on the internet. You know how we do. Who is Freddie Gibbs?
A rapper.
So apparently, the same week in Buffalo, what's the other rappers from Buffalo? Benny the Butchers or something? So apparently, the Benny the Butchers boys, about 20 of them beat up Freddie Gibbs on something, I don't know, on some black hip-hop rap beef. Ironically, in the same week. And so while those people who were, I just felt it was ironic that while we was in the same week that it was big news on the social media side that Freddie Gibbs, we was kind of bragging, not we was, but people was bragging, Freddie Gibbs got whooped, he got his chain took, in the same town, in the same village, where we was, again, bad enough to whoop on each other. And this white boy came through here and killed all the people. And I was just thinking, like, we really gotta figure out what's going on internally. Because there is a war going on against black people. And we still fighting each other. Right? It's like I keep telling you, I ain't got no black beef. I just thought it was crazy. Not crazy, but ironic. Like, we know that rap beef and all that stuff happens, and we know how quickly we are to respond. But Ruthie, I did feel like, when is the moment in our community when we gonna realize they're at war with us, regardless of the war we have with each other? And I was thinking about the same thing. Like, it was also ironic to me that 10 people got shot at McDonald's the same week as well. And I don't want to go to the black on black piece, but I wonder, did that mute our response in Chicago or in Illinois, right? Did that stop? Like, I just feel like we didn't see the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus. We ain't see the People of Color Caucus. We ain't see the we didn't see the Asian caucus. We didn't see none of the caucuses that were mobilizing. We never saw any of them. I almost feel like here locally, there was a sigh of relief because that same weekend, shout out to my man Tyrone Muhammad, was when 3 nooses were found in Evanston and in Skokie.
And they swept that one right under the rug.
I think that they had the cover of the McDonald's shooting to not be able to have to talk about it. And I just wonder sometimes in these spaces, have we hurt our own? I don't know, sympathy is what I want. But I do feel like there's a lack of compassion. It's easy for people to justify the lack of compassion or the lack of action when things like the white hate happen.
Well, because part of it is if we ain't tearing stuff up, they don't care. If we ain't tearing stuff up, snatching purses, breaking glass, they don't care.
What Cube say? Either they don't know, it don't show, or they just don't care about what's happening in the hood. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we're going to talk about a couple more topics. Plus, hey, Ruthie, did you see ECCSC this morning? They went out. They went out to Evanston. They went out to the school. I mean, Ty sent me a note that, like, I don't think I was knocked out when he sent it to me, but I woke up this morning and ECCSC was on the scene asking the question, who's going to protect our children?
Show up.
That was, again,
who else showing up like that?
Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Frontline Ty. But I do think it's important. Like, was there anybody trying to reach out to make sure that there was understanding and that those students felt that they were welcome back at the school? I just feel like when those 3 nooses got hung at the school, I've been the black dude who to everybody tell you just ignore it. Your parents say, oh, don't worry about it. They're not going to hurt you. Go ahead. And I just wonder, like, was there anybody that reached out in compassion to the black children? I know that a lot of people were concerned about issues of hate and stuff. And I mean, when you see tangible displays in your community, I got to see people standing up. I just wonder, were there any, I guess my question is, like, I was waiting for the big press conference coming from the people in, you know, the, like, Democrats who know our base vote is black people. Like, who stood up for the black people in Evanston? Who stood up for the black people in Skokie?
Did the NAACP do anything?
Besides Frontline Tie. I feel like the Black Caucus, did they go do, I mean, I'm not trying to trip, but did anybody go do a press conference and say they was going to stand up to the hate shown against our children?
That's wild.
It's kind of, it's like it's the whole reason, you know, when I say I don't want to run up the hill, because you run up the hill, you turn around, you look back, and you be like, I'm up this hill. I just think that in a state where we cannot tolerate hate.
Right, because I'm just...
Don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm saying, how ironic.
Dang, you can read my mind.
How ironic that we didn't hear one.
Good save.
Not one.
Not a peep.
On the same exact day. I just want you to just think about who cares about the black children that experienced, like, you going back to school when they hung nooses? I know that communities would come together in solidarity.
Right.
No?
Can we get a little denouncement or something?
No.
But you...
So on that note, I'm going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back to the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but we're moving to the afternoons.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's right. After 5 years of doing the mornings, we're moving to 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So don't worry. We're still going to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said. It's the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss it.
It's official West Suburbs and Chicagoland area. The Naperville Soul Fest is back, featuring a live performance by Avery Sunshine and Carl Thomas on Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul, Selena Johnson, and Riis. On stage Saturday, June 4th at Naper Settlement, located at 523 South Weber Street in downtown Naperville. If you missed the last Naperville Soul Fest, you don't want to miss this one. Get your discounted tickets on Eventbrite or visit NapervilleSoulFest.com for more event details. For vendor opportunities with access to over 7,000 attendees, text 630-202-6431. That's 630-202-6431. Spend your first weekend in June at the Naperville Soul Fest with Avery Sunshine Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul on Saturday, June 4th. Check out NapervilleSoulFest.com for more information.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us.
Good afternoon. What's in it for the Black People Media? The time is now 5:39 p.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head on over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 52 minutes. Outbound will be 34. On the Edens inbound from Deerfield till it changes 1 hour. Exchange to Deerfield will be 43 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop will be 48 minutes. 46 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson, 32 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan. Outbound will be 51. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 33 minutes, 36 minutes to I-80, while the Dan Ryan is 19 minutes to the Loop, 22 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 14 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 10. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 9. Bryn Mawr to Randolph, 16. Today's weather is currently 57 and sunny. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
On the real, you know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero, I call it terrorism. And that's on the real, you know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero, I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights only. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah, George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore. Shout out to everyone. Well, I'm going to be at Nicholson tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I'm reading to the children.
Uncle Maze.
Like Uncle Snoop, except I can't show up like Uncle Snoop.
Just put your glasses on.
Nah. So did I tell you about the time? Was you there when we did the interview with Snoop?
No.
Snoop smoke everywhere.
Do we?
Snoop be like, I don't care what the rules are. They have to book around him. They have to make sure he has a balcony if they don't want him to smoke inside.
You ever seen a video of the security guard where Snoop made him smoke?
Yeah, that was like, Ruthie, I had that moment. Before COVID.
You gonna say no?
Before COVID. Look, so I'm doing the interview with Snoop. So we, they like it's a line of people. Mm-hmm. Snoop, he said, I'm only give you 10 minutes. We wound up doing an hour, right? Dang, So then, Ruthie, they was like, well, we got a whole book of people. And so people was lined up to take to interview Snoop. He was like, man, I got to take a smoke break. He was like, hey, man, where your cousin at? I said, I'll go get him right now. Ruthie. Hey, man.
Good time.
Snoop, he got some different joints, though.
I
This
bet.
stuff a little different. Said my cousin told me. All right, Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, plus DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and the twos.
Well, we can't gloss over you going to read to the youngins. That's
I
really
am
good,
going to read.
Maze.
Shout out to Joe Williams.
Grandpa, Papa.
Oh, did I tell you I saw my grandbaby yesterday?
See,
And she was like, Papa.
You know the kids love, not the kids. The young
Sharon.
people love you.
Do they?
And you got another youth-facing thing coming
I got to speak to a graduation. Now, the last time I had a graduation speech, I got nervous because the kids was looking like, for real, dog?
I'll write it for you. You know I'm a speechwriter.
Ruthie. Not better
I can write my own speeches. Here you go, just
What's
like
the date, though?
just like starring the lamb chops.
What's the date?
You don't think nobody better than you?
Nobody. Ruthie, I know you ain't talking. I'm the best. Ruthie, you're not the best. I'm the best. No, you're not.
But if you don't believe in yourself, who else gonna believe in
yourself? I believe in myself, People don't like that. People don't like black people that believe in themselves. They be like, who you? They always be like, who this Negro think he is?
Who that on that nerd?
Right. See, Brother Edward Muhammad. See, when he was with the little people, he shot the video for us. Snoop Dogg a dog.
Snoop.
Man, you know what?
His name isn't. That's he
You
changed
should have
his
been.
name.
Can I tell you? I be thinking about Brother Edward. You know, I put Brother Edward on a private jet around the universe. We did a private jet around the whole state.
Oh, around the state.
Yeah, it was cold though. We was on it. Like somebody said, here, borrow the jet for the day. We did 5 cities in like 8 hours.
Whoa. We
was cold in the mud, boy. But it's the good old days. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, I'm trying to decide which one we want to talk about. Did we talk about Chris Rock in the slap? Did we also, let's do when white people go too far. Why are you laughing, Ruthie? I think this is an actual thing.
It is a thing.
And it's like, so what got me talking about this was the Tim Anderson. You know Tim Anderson from the White Sox? Tim Anderson is like the new young whippersnapper. You know, he be wearing gold chains. He be flipping his bat. He is the, like, black baseball player. Like, you know, like the Deion Sanders of baseball. You know, baseball is like, we want baseball is like a white sport. And they do not want the...
It ain't white. It's
Latino.
Dominican.
Right now it is. But, you know, it's still America's pastime, even though it ain't. Because football is really America's pastime. But apparently, on Saturday, Tim Anderson approached the plate where Josh Donaldson called him Jackie. Like, what's up, Jackie? To which Tim Anderson responded with a mouth shot. It then resulted in a bench-clearing brawl, through which he said that he felt like he was addressed in a racial manner. He was racist, the way he commented. Tony La Russa said, you know, his guys, the other managers caught between a rock and a hard place. This Donaldson guy is known for, you know, poking the bear. Trying to get under your skin and do stuff. But he gonna learn today. You know how I be the white guy that be like, I'll take him on.
I didn't know they did that in baseball. I thought it was like a gentleman's game.
No. You know, if I'm at the bat, I'm like, you know, you're gonna strike your ass out, right? You know, if I throw a ninja in there, I throw a little. See, I feel like he was saying
Jackie was code for.
Well, so do you feel like when he said "What's up, Jackie," he was saying that as code for ninja?
Yes. But what if he would have said, "What up, Ken Griffey"? Would that have the same effect? Because Ken Griffey used to wear his little chains too.
I don't know.
It wouldn't have, but he know Jackie. That's like
because Jackie is Ken Griffey is like he cool and he was in the game. Jackie is like because you know what they called Jackie when he first got in the game. Yeah. So do you think first of all that he was intentionally doing that and that's why Tim? Now, have you ever had an experience where a white person has gone too far with you? And when that happens, how do you respond? Riis, have you ever had somebody go, see, I want to hear the contrasting stories because this has been the story of my life. Like, people always assume that I'm slow or dumb or don't know how to count or don't know how to read. And then it'd be that one moment when they just be, and I'd be like, you do realize that I've done this before. Like, you do realize that I'm not a dumb guy. Have you ever been in a place where somebody went too far? Ruthie, I gotta imagine with locks, if you go to you was at DePaul too, did you have locks? Not them little short locks. Did you have little short locks that they asked you, could you touch? When has someone gone too far with you?
I would say white people mostly go too far is in a joking manner when they get like too comfortable. So like, you know, black people, we joke with each other in a certain way, right? Like we can say certain things to each other, but can't no white person say those things to you. So like, I'll give you an example. Like, it was this white dude. So you know how like, you know black people, we just be talking to each other like, you know, we say stuff to each other like we be joshing. What you call it? Y'all call
Joning.
it? Joning. Like we be joning each other. Then a white person get come to some, hey Shanae, or like, hey Shaniqua. Exactly.
Really?
Just, you know, trying to like Jones, and it's just like, oh, hold on, Mr. White Man now. Hold on.
Now let me ask a question.
White men take it, to me, further than white women. White women, they're a little bit better about them cultural boundaries. But white men, they just don't be knowing. Like, I feel like they just don't. They just oblivious.
So
you got a new hairstyle today. Like, did you really just
touch my hair?
Touch my hair.
Well, I always feel like
and then they'll say, how'd you grow your hair out so fast? Well, clearly I have on a wig, and you know that I have on a wig.
You have on a wig?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
those are
like-
like.
No, I'm like, Ruthie, you gotta, what?
No.
You fooled me.
But we call them microaggressions. But sometimes I really do think they don't be knowing, though. And don't let them be drinking. Woo. We really get cool. Especially when they start touching you.
Oh my God.
They real touchy.
I sometimes feel like they don't care about your space.
Okay, so this is what I learned. White people have different like physical boundaries. Like you ever see how black men? To me, black men, y'all don't be close. Y'all do not sit. Y'all don't get close to each other. Y'all don't sit by each other. Y'all will leave 5 spaces in between y'all in the movie. Like y'all be having a lot of space in between y'all. Whereas I feel like white men, they don't mind being in closer proximity with each other. Like, and so,
I always be like, do you see it's 3 seats over there? Why you sitting by me?
Low key, I think it stemmed from like just childhood and how they hug each other more. I always thought it was like super, like a white boy thing when they used to slap each other on the booties. Until I started seeing I see black men do that in sports too. But I used to think that was like a white man type of thing.
I feel like it just, like when you play sports, I think it just caught on. Like I was like, when I didn't play football, but then when you play football, it's like the thing to do. And now I'm like, we're not gonna be doing that anymore.
They're just more comfortable with like nudity around each other. Like, I don't know, they just more comfortable with each other, I guess.
So, is it your obligation to explain? Like, how do you respond in a moment like that?
Is it your people, or they not your people?
Well, sometimes I feel like you might have made yourself not my people by doing it. Right? Like, is there a level of understanding? Like, what is I don't know how to explain it.
It just is really, you can't, and you can't even predict the moment. It's those snap second moments and decisions that you have to make sometimes.
I feel like I watch people like sometimes I feel like, you know how black people like, don't touch my stuff without my permission. And I feel like people just be like, I'll go in your, like I won't go in the purse, I won't go. They be like, hey, you don't, if it ain't yours, don't touch it. Right? Like I know, and I feel like a lot of times we be in places and times where it's not, they don't understand the rules of engagement.
It's just different levels of it's just different boundaries.
Riis, you ever had an incident? Riis like, I'm not talking about nobody.
Incident about what?
Have you ever had somebody white go too far? Did you see what happened with Tim Anderson this weekend? So Tim Anderson got into a brawl because old boy called him Jackie. And I feel like when they tell it, like when the story, when you read it, it's like, what's the big deal? He was like, it's no problem. But I do feel like he was code word calling him ninja. And he knew what he was doing.
Replace Jackie with another name for a person of a certain whatever. You gonna feel some type of way.
Oh, so like in those moments, do you snap? Tim snapped.
Man, check this out. If they would have been like, hey Ichiro, to a Japanese person, it'll be a stop Japanese hate bill. The MLB would have been wearing Japanese patches on they jerseys for the next game.
Really? So when is it proper to address race? When it's us?
When it's
when it's us?
Black people, everything has to be so racialized. Well, because that's what how the world is. Jackie.
I mean, he called him Jackie. Like, what's up, Jackie? Like,
that's like boy.
What you think, Riis? Was he right or wrong? Was he right or wrong to kick it off?
You can look at it in both ways. You know, I could see both views. He said that he meant it as he's the next best, player. But then it's kind of been like, well, why you didn't say Babe Ruth? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you think I'm so great, why didn't you, So
because he was calling, it was the subtle shot where it's like, you can interpret this how you want to, and Tim Anderson interpreted it as you just called me a ninja, so I'm about to give you some Jackie right now. Jackie these.
So yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation like that and had to bite your tongue?
What?
Yes or no?
I think it's more so you don't even realize it. I have more of those where it's like, I should have said something.
Oh, I got that. I wish I would have.
You know what was racist?
What?
Well, you know what? I won't accuse nobody of racism.
Well, hold it. Be careful.
Right, that's what I'm gonna say. So you know what I would have took as in one time when this person went to go speak at a certain thing and an individual said, I would have took that as kind of racist myself.
But you couldn't know because he was black.
Hey man,
black people can't be racist. But that ain't racist. You can't be racist and be black. You can't.
Oh, I believe that too.
Right? You can be prejudiced, but you cannot be racist because you ain't got the power to enforce your joint. But I do feel like that. So let me ask you a question. What do you think when white people want to wear what's in it for the black people? Respect. Can we make them answer the question?
They can answer the question.
I don't like it. Like I don't like. It's no offense, but I hate to see somebody that's not African American in the Black Lives Matter shirt. It irks my name. It irks my.
Hey man, but Black Lives Matter. Like all the crime. I'm telling you, I will never forget during the uprisings when I saw the white guy climb on the building and spray paint BLM on the building. And I was like, somebody black is finna get in trouble with that, because black people know that if they get caught spray painting on something downtown, they getting their head knocked in. And I just feel like sometimes our pain and suffering is just a tool to be utilized. So Ruthie, have you ever had a moment like Tim Anderson and addressed it, like on site? And have you ever checked someone for it?
I've been super black all my life, like conscious before I even really understood. So I've been easily offended by stuff white people do, ever since I was little. And so I've actually learned how to, white people like me. because I know, because I'm not.
Because you code switch. Because what she be putting on airs, Riis?
Here you go.
Look, see, now it's not putting on airs when you do it.
Here you go.
Go ahead.
So it's a certain, so I'm a big believer in what I would consider to be cultural understanding. Mm-hmm. So my groups of friends, whether they Jewish or Asian or whatever, we ask real questions. We have real conversations. So if one of my non-black friends does or says something that offends me, offense is not the first place I'm going to, because I'm just going to charge it to their head and not their heart, because we already, I know the type of relationship that we have. So it really depends on the type of relationship. But sometimes white people just be needing people to tell them, because sometimes we don't say nothing because we don't want to offend them. But sometimes you gotta say something and be like, hey, that ain't. I got into an argument with a white person because they try to tell me black people be playing the oppression Olympics. And it was the first time I had heard the oppression Olympics. I was like, what is that? So, I had to do my little Googling. And I said, oh, okay. So this is just the thought that who had it the worst, who got it the worst. And that was one of the first instances where I feel like I had to cuss out a white person. Because I don't normally be cussing people out like that. I don't even move like that.
I feel like I will I feel like I can. I got to tell you, I think I grew up and I heard some of everything. And I think in my younger life, when I did not feel like I had the support of the back, I probably just let it happen, right? And my parents would be like, you don't worry, words, sticks and stones, words will never hurt you. I think, I'm sorry, I'm going to be kicking. I think then I got to a point where, as I got conscious of self, then I had the tools to combat that. And then I think I got to a point where I would much rather not have a politically correct discussion where you can tell me what you really think and I can either address why you wrong or, whatever else it is. Again, the Joe Walsh conversations back in the day where it's like people who aren't supposed to talk, people who aren't supposed to... who they thrive on using division instead of the opportunity to talk.
But see, when you can maintain your blackness and still have like a diverse set of friends, like that's where you can kind of make those inroads. But that's also where you run into those situations where sometimes they take it too far.
I got it. All right, man. It's been the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all didn't call us today. It's okay. Riis probably didn't turn on the phones. You know how he be doing. He like, y'all just was whack today. It's okay. Ruthie Moore, we got to get up out of here because I got to jump on some calls. I still got to work. Hey, y'all. From now to the end, we working. We grinding. So if you are part of BP1, starting this week, it's every day, all day. All right?
Every day?
Every day, all day.
Ooh, I'll be back Wednesday because I know somebody gonna ask. What's your day? What's your working days in? You make your own schedule.
She probably gonna show up Tuesday, but I got something to do on Wednesday.
No, we agreed. Monday, Wednesday.
See how she did that? She took the Friday off. So that must mean it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because she said Monday, Wednesday. It's okay, though. We see how she do, Riis.
You got some white male friends, Maze?
More than, yes, a lot.
What about you, Riis?
I got friends of every delineation.
Yeah, of course. It's been like at one point I didn't want no more black friends. So
man,
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you hang around enough black people, normal black person has. You know what? I don't want to deal with black people. So
I've reached my color quota.
Yeah, and I love to go and like hang out with white people. I feel like they always buy you a drink for some reason. Like they always. Like,
though, it's like after the second one though. Then they be like, "Can I touch your hair?" I bet
they
you
get comfortable.
I bet you put that blonde. Hey. You put that blonde in. They be like, "Hey, how'd you do that?"
Nuh-uh, they asking you, "Can you teach us some new words?"
They be like, "Hey, how you do that?" I'll take another Jameson on the rocks, please.
You better teach them about Remy if you're doing that, right? You better be like, "I'll take an XO. Thank you very much."
Microaggressions. But you know what? I got one more microaggression. And speaking of this microaggression, shout out to the Kankakee K's ladies track team. State champs. State champs. Kankakee killing the sport.
They've been running from the Ku Klux Klan.
But speaking, you're so funny. I'm done.
Go ahead. Shout out to the KKKs.
I just want to shout out the K's. That's it.
Shout out to the KKKs from Kankakee County.
So you a hater.
Shout out to the Bolingbrook Raiders. Greatest.
Why you gotta bring up the Bolingbrook Raiders? They ain't winning no state championship or nothing.
We got plenty state championships. You just gotta drive in town. You'll see them all on the joint. We probably dunked on you.
Oh my goodness.
All right, y'all. It's been a good show today. I got work to do still. But for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie, it's like a lot calmer. It's like I feel like we afternoon.
Yeah. You know, the morning is a little stressful.
It is a little stressful. But what I need y'all to do is take a moment, share the broadcast, share your friends, share with your family. Let everybody know we have moved to 3 o'clock, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and we will be getting whatchamajigam back.
Before we go, I want to say, so you know how Maze always talking about how he go outside and the Saints be looking for him and everything. So you know we be looking like, yeah, man, okay. You know how he be hearing it, like, okay, you know. So, so now, since I do sound here, my church need sound on Sunday, so I go help them now. So I was just talking to my cousin, so she like, cousin, man, how you doing? Like, I do this for this Maze Jackson. She was like, Maze Jackson. So I was like, yeah, man, how you know? She was like, my mama listen to him all the time. I was like, who? She's like, and then she was like, used to be on WV. I said, yeah. So then I go downstairs. She was like, you work for Maze Jack. He's a pretty cool guy to work with. And he said that song. And I was like, you know what? I guess all them stories that he said, his gas day is true. She said, I can't find him no more. Oh, no, say that, nigga. Not as what he said. I said, well, this is how you can find him and everything. So, cuz, if you listening, Deborah, how you doing that, cuz? But it was just a small world. She was like, you, Maze Jackson, really? I was like, yeah, work for Maze Jackson.
I'm going to tell you, man. Black Chicago has shown me an incredible amount of love. No matter where we've gone, and even as we still go out. You know, I gotta tell y'all, you know, for Black Chicago, you know, I think that a lot of times we pounce whenever there's a weakness or their perceived weakness. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who kind of buttressed me instead of tried to use what happened. And I think it was ironic that we saw those nooses the same day and the silence that came with it. Gotta also send a big shout out to Tyrone Muhammad and ECCSC. They were out at in Evanston and to the school today this morning. I woke up to them being out there on the front line speaking up for our kids. Frontline Ty, he don't be playing. Shout out to him. Look, y'all, it's a lot going on in the world today, but I appreciate you, and I want to say how grateful I am. Regina, Valoria, my sign crew, all my squad. Tomorrow I'm going to see all y'all, but we in the streets from here to the end. All right, Ruthie, you got anything else you need to say to the people? Kankakee Way?
Kankakee. And somebody put in the comments their daughter made it to state. Let me shout them out. Shanika Fields, shout out to your daughter Layla for the Tinley Park High School. They also made it to state.
Hey.
I bring your signs, Henry. Goodness gracious.
Look, Henry be like, he want to be on the show. Like, dude, hey. So we gonna have a contest, Riis, because they live by each other. So we gonna see who got the most people sneaking in and out. I'm gonna be like, do they watch out the window to see? Cause he was telling on Ruthie talking about her man came to cut her grass this weekend. So you know he was checking the back. So we got to see who got the most visitors, right? Ruth, now Henry, so funny, Henry, you park in the back. You better start go parking in the back, right?
He do.
Ruthie,
unless he coming from the train.
Woo! Let me tell y'all what.
Black people are the best neighbors. Black people are the best neighbors.
I ain't seen nothing.
We gonna be looking out that. We looking out them windows.
Right, they sure live, but they'll watch your whole house get robbed. I sure saw there was 3 of them. One of them had that. You ain't do nothing. I'm minding my black people.
What you want me to do? You want me to get killed? All right, y'all. That was funny. That's why we the greatest. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. For Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show. Every single day, we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them who said I was dressed like a preacher today.
No, he ain't got no gaiters on.
What y'all talking about? I ain't got 6 buttons on. This is one of my freshest jackets.
And he don't got no brood on.
Oh, no, I have Old Spice. No. Anyway, but you know, Riis be wearing that Axe.
No, he don't.
Riis, you wear Axe.
Don't do him.
My son.
Old Spice too.
You Old Spice?
Oh, Lord. Y'all should get Dove plus men.
Dove plus men.
That's for girls. Dove plus men is for girls. Don't dude be coming out. I know dude be coming out talking about I smell doubly.
But it's the smooth skin.
You trying to get your skin smooth.
That ain't what get your skin smooth. You know what I use?
We know Vaseline.
That and oil of Olay.
Oil of Olay? What you get that from the Avon magazine?
No, from Walgreens behind. I have to buzz, and they be like, "You want what?" I want the age defying.
Oh, when you got to get it out of the thing.
Right. When you go, like they be putting zest out. You can get you some zest. You
Yeah,
can get you some dial.
Your arm gonna dry up. It gonna turn into
Oil of Olay. I moisturize every day. Thank you, baby.
Oil of Olay.
You know, I remember when they used to pour it in the thing. Dove. Man, you know when I use Dove? That's what Carrie used. When I ran out of soap. When I run out of
You ain't
soap,
even right.
I be like, ooh, because Carrie
ain't
stock
even right.
up, right? She be like, she'll order like a
You ain't
slab of
even
Dove.
right.
Because you can get a slab of Dove, though, at Costco.
You got to get it on sale.
You can't get a slab of oil of Olay.
I like Dove.
Man,
See,
that's
he
good.
like Dove?
Yeah, Dove, real good for your skin. Anything but Irish Spring.
Oh, I used to want Irish Spring so bad. I used to love that commercial.
Until it messed your skin, you was itching and scratching and dry.
Skin dry.
Yeah.
Really?
Just flaking.
That's because his skin is filled with oil.
All that Vaseline, he got that layer of
Right,
Vaseline.
I'm telling you, when I take a shower, when I get in the tub every day, it'd be like, and I'd be like,
Yeah, so you get out and slip. He get out and slip.
oh God. All right, y'all. I promise this is it. We out of here. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these. Oh, no, we won't. We'll be back tomorrow. Maze, Riis, and Ruthie. We'll be back. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze. Oh, did you take my Maze? Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel was another case. He was just as tired. Act 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it